I have now just started a new recording. Let's fucking not, please. None of you on YouTube will know what was said. Don't!
Unless one of us says it again.
Don't!
You'll never
Rocks fall,
I
everyone
didn't hear
dies.
it.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you all. Okay, we're back. Episode 24.
anything
I
wrong.
changed the number this time. I thought about it. Hopefully
Did you
the...
Cassius?
That was
Your
barely
spader
even...
showing.
Hold on, let me also make sure that all of the microphone stuff and all of the properties are on the same, on the good stuff, on the correct thingies. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Because I have something very special for you planned this session, and
This season.
you're probably gonna screw it up by like the third line I deliver. So, happy chaos, everyone!
Happy chaos.
Happy chows.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Legend of Zelda: Betrayer of Hyrule, episode 24. When we left off, a heavy choice lay before the party. Through the merchant Valeric, you learned not only had Ren been feeding Hoyle information on you this entire time, but Hoyle was waiting for you in the Sacred Grove. You had the keys to the Master Sword, and he wanted them. You decided to use Zayla's Dreamer quirk to prevent Ren from escaping, and to use the Book of Portals to teleport to the Sacred Grove. As predicted, there stood Hoyle. Through the ensuing conversation, the two sides came to an impasse, and Hoyle finally saw there was no other choice. The battle was nail-biting, but genius strategy and unparalleled teamwork caused the upset of a lifetime. The defeat of a foe wielding not only the Golden Gauntlets, but the Triforce of Power itself. A Triforce piece that Zeke happily took. Now there's just the small matter of Guard Captain Albert Ferry Hoyle, the betrayer of Hyrule, and the crimes he must answer for.
Ooh.
I have to find the correct map. Alrighty, you're gonna have to move some tokens around here, because we're starting somewhere else today.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I know where this is.
Oh yeah.
This is so long ago.
We made a trek all the way back here. We're having a whole ass actual
All
trial.
right, so I would like you each to take a spot somewhere on the pews. I would like you each to choose an NPC to accompany you. Somebody who is not Zelda. Tora? Okay. Give me just a moment.
Apparently, we're about to fight Adam.
Yeah, really.
There's Tora.
You know what?
Excuse me.
Hoyle.
Other than
He's
Zelda and
on
Hoyle.
trial.
What? Zelda and Hoyle. I didn't hear Hoyle. Okay.
It's on
in that
trial,
case-
yeah.
Oh, he's on trial. Gotcha. Ooh. Let's go with Darklink.
Interesting.
I'll take Ren.
Ren. Another interesting choice.
Was not expecting that one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's only a matter of course that both Tora and Rin would be here.
Yeah. I'll move over a little bit.
Asplin and Adam? Any picks?
I'm giving Adam first picks.
I think our pick would be the same if
That's why I'm giving you dibs.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only fair that I give him. It's only fair that I give him dibs.
No,
this time.
she's been with you a lot too, so like.
Damn.
I'm gonna have Zeke leaning up against the wall here because he's
Okay.
just a little bit too big to comfortably sit on these normal people-sized pews.
Honestly,
He needs a pew for himself.
Lana. Interesting choice. Okay.
Ooh. I
Okay.
forgot about her. Probably
So-
should've picked her.
I will now tell you that, actually, you know what? Which of the NPCs specifically, not player characters, which of the NPCs would you trust with the Bigoron sword?
Aura.
Aura. Okay.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Consensus? Everyone?
No, I disagree.
I also disagree.
Okay, who?
Tora is too much of a liability given her animosity towards the person who killed all of her kind that have
that's
been here so
fair.
far.
She's a bit of a firecracker.
Give it to
Would you say
Darkling.
Ren?
God no.
To what?
Just the
Ren or Link? Dark Link.
Dragging this thing along.
I think I'd be okay with Ren having it.
Yeah, I'd be okay
Yeah,
with
you
either Ren
know-
or Link having it.
I mean, no, Ren would have to get through Zeke, and Zeke will fucking crush Ren like a group.
Even with the Bigoron sword, I don't think she could take Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why-
that's fair.
why-
Give it to Ren.
Why am I a part of the equation here?
Well, if Ren were to go attack somebody, I'm fairly certain you'd stop her on the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what-
You're
that's what-
pretty much
she's-
unstoppable at this point.
Emotions are high for Ren because she, got caught in her bullshit.
Hence why I'm next to Ren.
Do we have to decide now when who this Goron sword goes to?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because they
it
will
was
be holding it.
confiscated for the sake of the trial.
Oh, so they're currently holding it now.
Yes.
Okay, so who we would trust it to keep? Okay.
Not anybody but Tora.
I would say Dark Link if I had to put it
Ren.
in a vote.
You still think that Ren?
Yeah. Because I don't think Ren is going to use it unless she has an emotion attack.
No,
I don't know what to call it.
After given all the evidence previously, I don't trust Ren with it. I'm with Dan on this with Dark
I'm
Link.
on the fence with her.
You would trust
Darkly-
the most
All right, you know what? All right, I did not mean for this to
Got it.
become a massive debate. We're giving it to Lana. All right.
Okay, look,
God damn it. I created a
That's
monster.
funny.
I'm sorry. That was completely my
That's
fault.
great.
This is what happens every time you give the whole party a
All
collective
right.
choice.
No, I'm learning my lesson. I'm learning. We'll get. Eventually, I'll stop fucking doing this. All right.
Hey, we're
'Cause I-
learning.
All right. So.
Yeah, get the mic ready for this.
Oh yeah. The sanctuary is silent. Rows of pews filled with you and several of the survivors of the Dark World. The light filters in through the high stained glass windows, amber and red, catching dust in the air. Beneath the great arch at the far end, Princess Zelda stands, a golden circlet resting gently on her brow. Beside her is, shackled but still proud, kneeling, Captain Albert Ferry Hoyle. Zelda looks across the room and then down at him. Captain Hoyle, you are brought before this court to answer for the lives you've taken. Not in battle, not in war, but coldly. As part of a plan you never shared, but justified only to yourself. You are charged with the slaying of innocents. Do you deny these charges? Hoyle speaks clearly. I do not. Each death had a purpose. Every soul was weighed, every loss calculated against the hope of a better world. I ended lives so that more might live. I killed, yes, but never in hate, only in necessity. He lifts his head, looks to you and to Zelda. Tell me, how many did you let die simply by not acting sooner? Zelda exhales quietly, her voice steady. The court will now hear testimony. Those who brought this man to justice speak. I'd like all of you to form a single file line in the center of the carpet, please.
I don't care where I go in this. So.
Fuck that. I'm. Who'd you, Yeti?
Zeke? Did we lose Yeti?
Did we lose him already?
I think we did.
Oh boy.
I'm checking the weather.
Oh boy. Well,
He hasn't disconnected. That's the weird thing.
He didn't mention getting food, did he?
I don't know. There's no
I
weather.
hope not, because we were doing. Oh, there's a move. Put myself last in line. Okay, I guess he's might be having some issues. Okay,
Yeah,
so
his
hello?
camera's all blurry.
There we go. Now I can hear
Probably
you.
just network connection.
Yeah, probably network things. I could hear you for a second.
No, I said hello.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
All right.
I want to go first.
Zelda invites you to stand next to her. She turns to you. Please describe what you saw, describe what the captain did, and how you feel.
Zelda kind of stares at the floor for a moment, hands kind of fidgeting nervously. I honestly don't have a lot to contribute because I didn't join the group until much later in the journey. I've heard tell of what he's done. He said that he was trying to do it for the greater good. I think that's something that we all need to consider. The fact that we've been doing whatever we have to survive, to make things right. Because I don't know if everyone else has forgotten, but I still remember. Those are people out there that we've been killing. At least some of them. And we don't know if they're going to come back when we get all this sorted out. So in the end, our hands are just as stained as Hoyle's. If not more so, because he's been more strategic with the things that he's done. We've just been wandering, exploring, wiping out everything on our path, all for the greater good. And even though he killed my brother, how many brothers and sisters and parents have we killed and not known about it? And she'll go silent.
Zelda looks at you and says, "Your testimony has been heard." And she gestures back to your seat and invites Nataru up.
Nataru's gonna just pat Zayla on the shoulder as she passes by. While I don't know if the monsters we've been killing have been people of Hyrule, I need to say this. Hoyle, you were going to kill my brother just to get the Triforce of Wisdom. Now, no matter how much I resent my brother now, he's still my brother. He was going to become another stepping stone, another number. She looks down and sighs and says, "We've been trying to survive. We don't know how bad our hands are stained or how much damage has been done, and there will be no way to calculate that until this is done. This dark world is returned to light. And I think that needs to be our main priority, and finding a way to," and she pauses to think, "without resetting the world, find a way to bring back Hylia. Bring back the balance without erasing everything. There needs to be a way.
Your testimony has been heard. She gestures to your seat and invites Adam to the stand.
Adam walks up, and is there like a chair slash like a
No,
pedestal?
you're
Or,
just
like,
standing next to her.
just standing there. Okay. He's gonna like stand up over there, look out amongst like the people that are watching, and then over to Zelda and Hoyle, and then the first time I met the captain was when I arrived in the Great Hall of the capital. It was then that we were given the first impression of the captain, how he treats his troops, how he treats his friends or supposed allies in the midst of just normalcy. Whether that was a deception, whether that was a truth, we may never know. And then the calamity was released upon the capital and all over the kingdom, which we have been slowly trying to release over the course of weeks, months. And yet, he looks over to the captain. When given the chance to take out the clear obstacles that were in his way, and like he looks to Hoyle and then to the rest of the group. You gave a chance. A merciless killer, murderer, would have slaughtered at not a second thought. An individual with Hoyle's potential and power at his disposal would have used those abilities to make sure any means were possible. He also had the chance, and he looks at Zelda, to slaughter and end the line of your blood right then and there. From what I've researched and studied of him, I do agree with Hoyle on the captain on one thing. All of his acts and all of his means were towards a greater purpose. But this does not mean he can be forgiven so easily. He may not deserve death, but I do believe he has to earn the forgiveness of the people that he has betrayed, and overall grew to mistrust. I do believe then and there would be a beginning to somewhat of forgiveness. And I step down.
Your testimony has been heard. She gestures to your seat and invites Asplin up.
Course, yeah, I hate my position. You did this to me, Eddie. Asplin is just, for the most part, it's as if the rest of the world does not apply to Asplin, and it's just him and Hoyle as far as he's concerned. And he's just staring at him for a moment, and then you've killed so many people. there's a method to the madness, if you will. This sense of duty to whatever you think is right. He just stares at him again and just. Suppose I can understand that. But one's reason does not excuse the actions that have been taken. I just hope everyone's a little more lenient than I would be. And Aspen's gonna step down.
Short and sweet. Your testimony has been heard. She gestures to your seat and then invites Zeke up.
Am I here?
You are.
Yes.
Tap tap, is this thing on?
Mm-hmm.
Zeke is just gonna look down at him with I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed look.
Oh boy.
You justify your actions out of concern for the entire world, for a greater good. But you treat those of this kingdom as if they were simply notches on a stone. Killing as a simple means to an end, to some grandiose end. A man who views the inhabitants of these lands in such a callous manner has no business claiming he cares and acts for the benefit of said land. Flaunting your hypocrisy like a badge of honor. Clinging to your martyrdom as your last bastion of self-appeasement. I will admit, I sensed no animosity in your actions, but simple lack of malice does not justify the lives you've taken. No, that you've snuffed out entirely. Any lives we end, we do so in self-defense. We do not strike until first stricken. But you... Your
Daddy.
brutality. We could have accomplished so much if you had only walked a different path. Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Hello?
It delayed for a moment. You're good.
Oh. Did it stop somewhere?
Maybe?
I think we heard everything. It just stopped and then caught up.
Oh. That was it.
Okay.
I don't know where it ended, though.
I think we got it all. Zelda looks at you and says, "Your testimony has been heard." And she gestures back to your place at the wall. And as you finish, Zelda nods and she turns again to Hoyle. "Do you have anything else to say before judgment is passed?" Hoyle closes his eyes a moment, then opens them again. "Only this. I was trying to save the world from itself, from its cycles, from the rot that clings to it like shadow to skin. If I failed, then punish me. But don't lie to yourselves. I did what needed doing." Zelda lowers her gaze for a long moment. When she speaks, her voice carries through the chamber. "Let the court render its verdict. And this is where you are going to vote. If you vote guilty, you will move your token to the left side. If you vote not guilty, you will move your token to the right side." Oh. I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
you're
reconnected. There we go. All right. So as I was saying, this is where you will vote. If you vote guilty, you will move your token to the left side. If you vote not guilty, you will move your token to the right side. You
And
will
what
be able
is
to
the-
decide on sentencing afterwards.
What is the charge exactly?
The slaughter of innocents.
Oh.
Betraying Hyrule.
Yeah, having an anagram for a name, that's his worst crime.
Alrighty. Interesting.
Wow.
My reasoning was that, like,
You don't have to explain.
Okay,
You're
sorry.
you're able to
You don't
vote.
need to
This
defend
is
yourself.
completely. You don't have to justify it. Yeah.
I was ready.
Excuse me.
That can happen in character. That can happen in character,
Yeah.
not out of character.
Now's not
You're
the
right,
time.
you're right.
Zelda stands taller, her hands clasped before her. This court finds you guilty, Captain Hoyle, of the slaying of innocents. The weight of their lives lies with you. And she turns to all of you. You who stood against him, what sentence do you recommend? She's going to start with Zeke.
Okay. Zeke is going to walk over and stand directly in front of Hoyle. He's going to bend down and I guess hook his fingers over the front of Hoyle's. Is he still wearing armor? Or
He's
is
got
that
a tunic, yeah.
He's going to hook his fingers into the top of his tunic and yank him up to his feet. And not let go.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, you stand defeated. Your strength, both of arms and of will, has been bested. You pursued your vision with a singular focus, a belief so absolute it blinded you to the suffering you wrought. You sought the greater good, yet paved its path with acts that stain the very fabric of this world. The princess seems to find herself caught between the memory of your service and the reality of your crimes. Her heart, burdened by the past, struggles to deliver a verdict. But I have seen the faces of those you harmed. I have walked the lands scarred by your greater good. I have witnessed the resilience of the innocent, the unwavering spirit of those who refuse to be cleansed against their will. And so, Captain, I offer you a judgment. Not of a cathartic end alongside the world and its people, not of immediate oblivion, which would be an easy escape from the consequences of your choices. No, you will live. You will live amongst us, amongst those whose lives you sought to reshape through destruction. You will see the faces of those who mourn, those who rebuild, and those who choose to live and love in the world you deemed worthy of annihilation. And he's gonna sort of look back and gesture at everybody sitting in the pews.
Excuse me.
Here are the living testaments to the value of individual lives, to the strength found not in forged balance, but in shared humanity. You will hear their stories. You will witness their struggles and their triumphs. You will face the daily reality of the world you sought to save by ending it. This is the penance I would suggest for you, Captain. To live with the weight of your actions not in isolation, but in the constant presence of those you have wronged. To witness the world you failed to understand, and perhaps in time, to comprehend the true cost of your convictions. Your strength of body may have failed you, but now your strength of spirit will truly be tested. Face your sins, Captain. Live with them, with us.
Good shit. So is that if you were to put that in a word or phrase, would that be what? Community service? What would you call that?
Kind of basically, yeah.
Okay. Servitude, etc. Okay.
Servitude and cooperation. An active servitude towards what we are trying to do, as in save the world without killing everybody.
To be a ward of essentially the guild that you're forming.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Zelda nods. She turns to Adam. What sentence do you recommend?
Adam is looking at Hoyle, and then he looks to Zeke, and then looks back at Hoyle and says, "The rare occurrence has come up where I am in agreement, with Zeke, but I would add one addition." And he walks up to Hoyle and then he looks him in the eye, and he says, "I do believe you when you stated that everybody, all the individuals that you have slaughtered, for lack of a better term, were a mere hindrance, objects, obstacles in your path to your goal. You say they were necessary, but I don't believe that you were truly heartless in your decision-making when doing so. Allow us to amend this mistake before your service is done." And then, I want to look to Asplin. And does Asplin still have the Triforce of Loss?
Why wouldn't he?
I look to him and I go I look to Asplin and then to Hoyle. "You will experience hell. The emotions of them and last moments of those you slew, the thousands, the millions there were. You will hear all of them. And after you have witnessed that, only then will your penance truly start."
Oh my god, am I Ghost Rider?
Can the Triforce of Loss do that?
Am I Ghost Rider?
Okay, so is that a vote for the same thing that Zeke is going for?
Yeah, with a little spice.
Okay. All right. 2 for a form of community service and dedicated servitude. Zelda looks at Nataru. What sentence would you recommend?
Haru's gonna walk up to stand in front of Foyle and look him straight in the eyes. And sigh. If you had slaughtered any one of us, I would have grieved their absence. I would have grieved my brother if you had slaughtered him. She sighs. However selfish this may be, I've lost possibly my father, possibly my mother, my kingdom, my Zora kingdom, my constituents. I have lost my family. I recommend what Zeke, and she turns to Zeke, has suggested. I want you to live how we live now. I want you to see into our lives, see what we are doing, see the little moments that make life better. She steps away.
Okay.
So that is another vote for community service.
All right. She looks at Asplin. What sentence do you recommend?
Asplin is just... He's going... So, you remember the look he gave Hoyle when he tried to summon Majora and got a gem instead?
Okay.
Asplin is gonna give him that exact same look, and everyone will see that smile start to creep up his face, and then slowly revert, and he'll just say,
Oh, that look.
Your time will come, and I'll be there to witness it. He can live for now. And Aspen is going to walk away, and that's his vote for community service as well.
Zelda turns to Zayla.
She too walks up. Looks between Zelda and Hoyle. I want to make something very clear to you. My vote was simply to avoid execution. And then she goes over to stand with everyone else. But since everyone is already agreeing on that, that's where I stand.
There is a loud slam of fist on wood as Tora stands up.
Oh boy.
It should be death. He killed 2 of us.
Out of game, I thought he only killed Ceres.
Oh no,
Thought
you're
he-
right.
Yeah,
He killed
he
one of
killed-
my people. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye. Zelda. Go ahead.
Zelda's gonna walk down to where she is between the pews. What will killing him do to bring them back? Go on, Tora, tell me. Will it raise them from the dead? Will it snatch their soul from the ether? Or is it just to justify your satisfaction? Your anger. I'm angry too. But there's been enough killing and there's still more to come. If we can avoid one death, shouldn't we? I'm not saying that he should go without punishment. In my opinion, he should be indentured for the rest of his life and then some.
Adam is going to then speak up from the back about that. As I walk forward,
oh my god, the timing of it. Holy shit.
It was me
As
with
a-
the pipe!
I like
Was
with
that
his arms
unintentional?
Completely.
with his arms in the back, like in his back, he walks over. Fortunately, we do have the means to make people walk among the dead. A place called Termina, perhaps?
That's a fate worse than death, Adam.
I said to experience hell. And he looks to Asplin. It's possible to survive.
I was just gonna nod and look directly at Tora. Death is too kind for him.
And I
Wouldn't
looked at
wanna
Tora.
gift the person who killed your people. Something like that.
And I looked at Tora, and then I nod. If Hoyle survives the penance that is worse than death, and is able to come back, then I do believe he is one step in the right direction.
You're
And if he
saying
doesn't?
Then the fate is earned. As I look to Zeke, and then I nod.
So you're saying use it as a form of trial by combat, or I suppose trial by survival?
Combat is too kind. Survival is more like it.
Send his ass to the silent realm.
So,
She's actually gonna be
Tora,
Goddamn.
before you leave, Tora, the first time, is unable to meet your gaze as she looks downward.
I'm going to look at her and say,
Hold on.
well, no, I just one more thing.
Okay.
Look me in the eye and tell me that death would be a mercy compared to that.
Il's gonna reach over and put her hand in Tora's. I miss them too.
Tora is going to look up at you. And without saying a word, with no expression, she's just going to reach over and tousle Zayla's hair and sit down.
She's gonna reach over and snap your neck.
I was expecting that.
Adam then nods and then looks at Zelda. I do believe we have solved the one conflicting individual.
Solved.
Zelda nods. There's Sanctuary is deathly quiet. No cheers, no cries, just the high, clear voice of Princess Zelda. What?
I walk over to Hoyle, and then I look at him. If he's kneeling or still standing, it's fine. And I say, I believe the silence is unanimous agreement. You see, for a long time I have traveled with these individuals, experiencing several different feelings, emotion, and heartful events. But if there is one thing that I have learned that one cannot get rid of so easily, it's resentment. I don't know how many you have slaughtered, and how many you have deemed necessary to your plan. But know this. Numbers do not lie. And yours, sir, is innumerable. As I walk back to the pew and sit back with Pura.
Am I playing with the cast a Critical Role or something? What happened? What happened? Where are these?
What is
I
up with the
have
master
professionals
class of monologue?
for party
What the
members
fuck?
today. Good
So-
God, y'all!
Well, you
Fucking, I
can't
got
be the only
goosebumps.
one
You
who
can see them
puts.
on my skin.
You can't be the only person who puts in speeches in the game. We gotta do
Right.
it too sometimes.
Yay.
So, did Hoyle have any sort of like satchel or pack on him when he disarmed?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
So we took his loot. No
Does does anyone have anything else they would like to offer as input before I continue the scene?
Oh, nothing except as Asplin goes to his seat, he is giving Hoyle this look of just almost hunger before he sits down.
Is it common knowledge amongst the group that every time you've gone to Termina, you've brought your stuff with you for the most part? Or was that
I
just the
don't
gun?
think so.
I just no that the gun was all I had.
Okay, never mind then. Zayla's just gonna give Hoyle one last look and say, if you can make it out, come find us. And she's gonna
We're
turn
assuming I just have a gateway to Termina, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't know the Triforce of Lost could do that.
Like
I
we
mean-
can, I can, we can find Question Man. I got answers for that.
Question man.
Does anybody else have any other input?
Natar's just
Any monologues?
she's just gonna squeeze Ren's hand. Just gently reassuring Ren. Is Ren what is Ren doing right now? What's her face look like?
She is sitting, looking a little pale, and you can feel her pulse in her hand, and it's quickened.
Natar's gonna gently whisper to Ren, "Are you gonna be okay?"
Roll me aura, please.
I have to make sure what my aura is again because I am doing a goof today. Aura is 12. Roll that dice. That's a 7.
Nice.
That is a success. She she leans over and surprisingly, in Zoran, she says, I fear for my own life.
Oh fuck. How? Nataru's just gonna kind of look at her and say, "What do you mean in Zoran?" Like they're
Can
conversing
we-
really quietly, but like,
Can we go back
what
to
do
the
you mean?
scenes?
What do you mean?
She just shakes her head.
Nataru's gonna say one more thing. You may have fed him information, but I don't think you directly harmed us. You have not. Have you killed anybody?
She shakes her head.
And I don't think Zelda will put too hard a sentence on you. Your life is not in danger from any of us. At least not me.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Right. Zelda looks across the room, looking out at all of you. Then so it shall be. Captain Hoyle, you will be delivered into the care of these 5 brave people, the very ones who brought you to justice. You will commit yourself in service to them. You will obey their directives. You will not harm a single creature unless they give you permission. And if you break this oath, your sentence will be reconsidered. This is to last until such a time as I release you. And Hoyle lowers his head. There's a sort of stillness to him, like a stone resigned to erosion. But before he can speak,
Oh boy.
Oh,
the light dies. Not just flickers, dies. The stained glass windows blacken like they're rotting from the inside. Candle flames twist upward in reverse, stretching like tendrils across toward the vaulted ceiling. The air grows thick and humming, like the inside of a wasp's nest. And then glass shatters. Not from the windows, but from reality itself. A splintered seam rips open behind the princess. Dark violet light spills out, pulsing like a living wound. A figure steps through, tall, emaciated silhouette, clad in twisted robes and a disturbing helmet.
Motherfuck.
Is it Zant?
He bows low, unnaturally, as if jointed wrong. Forgive the interruption, but you are about to throw something very precious away. And you see all of your companions jump to their feet. and then the twilight spreads. It erupts from Zant like a shriek made solid. It slams into the chamber like a tidal wave of fog and distortion. The sound vanishes. Color bleeds away. Everyone but Zayla, Tora, and Dark Link begins to twist and change. Skin runs like wax. Arms become 2 long legs, 2 short torsos, hollow. Eyes vanish. Mouths widen. Shapes hunch and stagger. All of the non-twily scream as they become crooked, twitching shadow beasts, pitiful echoes of themselves. Even Zelda falls to one knee, gasping, a grotesque parody of her own form, her crown tumbling from her brand new horns of shadow. And Zant looks and sees Zayla and Dark Link and Tora. Ah. Some of mine are refreshing. He turns to Hoyle, whose eyes are wide for the first time. You. What are you? Zant says. A fan. And an opportunist. He raises a hand, and twilight coils around Hoyle, lifting him off the ground. Hoyle begins to convulse, not from pain, but change. His body is unmade bit by bit and reshaped into something else, more fluid, cloaked in dark silver, his eyes glassy and black. You have built such a marvelous mind, Captain. Let's see what it looks like when it's bent. From across the room, something stirs. The big Oran sword, sealed in the sacred sheath, chained in steel, held by what was once Lana, rises. The chains snap. The sword floats, weightless. It spins lazily through the air, and with a twitch of Zant's finger, vanishes into shadow. A fine bonus. Zant turns to Zayla and Tora, and his head tilts. The mask parts to reveal the sickly grin. Tell the others I said thank you, and not to worry. He snaps his fingers, and Hoyle disappears. I'm just borrowing him. And then, a final crack of glass, a spiral of darkness, and he is gone. Hoyle, the sword, the twilight, vanished. Slowly, agonizingly slowly, light creeps back into the sanctuary. Those who had been twisted begin to groan and stumble back to themselves, their bodies knit back into place, waking from a nightmare, stitched into muscle. Princess Zelda struggles to rise, her voice shaken, as she looks to Zayla. You saw him. What was he?
Zayla's eyes are locked in front of her. She is practically catatonic and shaking.
And I pass the talking stick to the party.
Oh, you're an ass, first of all.
Oh,
That was different.
okay, so question.
Yeah,
Is Ren still with us? I'm just making sure.
she's still there.
Cool. Taru is gonna look over at Zayla, squeeze Ren's hand. If I could zoom in. Can't zoom in anymore. No, I really can't zoom in. I can't do that either.
You tried hitting it.
No, because my mouse, you know what? I'm gonna turn on the other mouse too. Okay.
Behold
I
the
can zoom
power
on this
of
mouse.
5 mice.
Double-handed
Taru
over.
is gonna like stumble over to Zayla and put a hand on her shoulder. Are you okay? Will you be okay?
She's not responding.
The sensation felt similar, but more contained than the calamitous forms that we acquired. And I looked at Zayla, noticed that she's basically frozen. And then I looked at Tora. What's she like right now?
Tora has stood. And she's looking at the ceiling with what you can only imagine is barely restrained fury. As she kind of cracks her neck, adjusts her crystal greatsword, and begins to walk toward the door.
And I go like, 2 individuals were unaffected.
3, if you count Darklink.
3 individuals were unaffected. You were one of them. An explanation is required.
Darkling kind of raises his hand.
Oh, Asplin's up in his face, just thinking and trying to figure out why. And then he remembers how Zarin reacted to Darklink. We need to get you a fairy. Somebody who could translate for you.
What's he
He indicates like Zan's height and his bow to, like he's talking about him.
Asplin went, like, you see Adam like look at Darklink with the only look that I'm trying to make look like just disappointment. And then I looked back over to Tora with Zika standing behind her.
He's gonna run over and he's gonna grab Zelda's crown. She reaches out a hand but then stops. And he brings it over and he kind of sets it on the seat. And he like gets on his he points at Zayla and Tora and gets on his knee. And then he gets up on the bench and puts the crown on. And then he switches places.
He's literally telling the story with charades.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Oh
And then
my
he gets back down on his knees and he goes.
I look at Darkling with like a fruitless gaze. I just
Every time he steps up on the bench, he puts the crown on and like,
All you hear coming from Adam is the dial-up tone.
I turn to Tora and I just say, "You're with a group now. We work at this together."
He looks over his shoulder and says, "You don't understand. I only have somebody to take out my anger on."
Nataru is gonna say a question to you, DM, and also look at Tora and say, Zayla needs you right now.
He looks at you and says, Zayla's a big girl. She'll live.
She better. No, that was meta. That was
Asplin
meta.
is ditching Darklink and following closely behind Tora.
But would Nataru did Zelda ever tell? No, I don't think she told Zelda about the Mirror of Twilight shattering.
Nobody knows about that
object.
except for Zeke.
No, actually, Nataru does as well. Because she saw it, but she doesn't know what it is. When she touched Tora.
Never mind. I'm thinking about the
magic mirror.
Yeah.
No, the big circle.
Yeah, the frame for the Twilight mirror that you destroyed.
Yeah,
you and Twig.
Zelda is gonna turn towards. Not Zelda. I'm sorry. Nataru is gonna turn towards Zelda and say, "Would I recognize any of this as like? Would I be able to make the connection between the light the mirror gave off and the twilight that just happened? Like, or any of it? Would I be able to make that connection?"
That's a big stretch.
You know what?
I know
you know
it
what?
is,
What I'm gonna say. What are your purviews? Give me your purviews real quick.
That's the wrong window. Maintaining proper etiquette, judging merit in another, and respecting ritual and tradition.
Ritual and tradition. I will allow you to make a check because of that purview. It's going to be an insight check.
Insight is 10.
See if you were paying attention in class.
Yeah, I hope I was. No.
You were not paying attention in class.
This desk is wood.
There's a vague, like, tickle of familiarity. It's right on the tip of your tongue.
So I wouldn't be
But
able to ask
goddamn it,
Zelda about
Cassios was being a class clown and you couldn't focus.
So I wouldn't be able to ask Zelda about it at this point.
Probably not.
Okay. I'm just double checking.
This is the reason we make checks.
Communication is fundamental.
So Zeke is following Torah for 2 reasons.
Mhm.
First one, well, I guess 3. The first one being, she looks like she's ready for a fight, and he's totally down.
Yeah.
The neck crack and the sword adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Second reason, he just stole our chance at a redemption arc. And the third reason, I feel like Zeke would recognize Zant because he saw Zant's image from the frame of the Mirror of Twilight.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. Good reminder
Yeah,
there.
he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
when he
actually watched
when
it
he
shatter.
rewound the thing. Yeah.
It was Twig. Thank you very much. I did that.
Oh, was it?
That was Twig.
Yeah, it was Twig.
Zeke,
Oh,
Zeke
okay.
can't do that.
Zeke
Just
can't
where you
do
looked
that
into
shit.
the.
He got like 2
No, wait,
MP
that's
right
not-
now.
That's something else. Never mind.
He has 3.
3. Sorry, he got 3.
3.
She looks over her shoulder at Zeke. You coming, big guy?
Always down for a tussle.
Oh, good. We can beat his ass together. How about you, Pipsqueak? She looks down at Asplin.
Asplin has that same look he gave Hoyle on his face, and the grin is starting to grow again.
He took my Hoyle.
You could have dibs on killing Hoyle. I just want to eat him.
Oh.
Give me a second here.
Oh boy.
She pauses for a second. She kind of gets down and crouches with like her forearms between her knees, like at your head height. Only if I get to watch.
Deal.
And she stands up and she is going to walk out. At this point, our downtime is going to begin.
In the sanctuary or back at the Forge House?
In the sanctuary, you can choose to travel back to the Forge House if you would like. And then we can do our downtime there.
I'm gonna go up to Zayla.
Okay.
Zayla, you still?
You're still
She is
catatonic?
She's
So
starting to
catatonic
come
shit.
back, but she's still trembling slightly.
I am going to walk up to Zayla. Try to like essentially maneuver her to sitting down. And then I'm going
Make her
to essentially kneel and take her hand and essentially start trying to ease her by doing the best I can, which would be Zayla has long hair. I will start to brush it.
Oh.
And try to attempt to soothe her.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Very creative.
Does she react?
It takes her a minute, and her eyes are kind of sluggish. And she finally looks over at you.
Are you okay?
Max, I fucking hate you.
None of us
What do you
are.
do?
Wait until
Take
they're
the
done.
time you need. And then when you can, please fill us in.
Okay.
Because, frankly, your sister, your sibling, they may have jumped to conclusions and they are off elsewhere now. And if
Oh,
there is one thing that I do not approve of, it is going in without knowing anything.
damn it, Tora. She starts to get up.
I stand up with her. And then I go back to the. I guess I go back to the forge house.
Okay.
Nataru is going to escort everybody back to the forge house and just make sure that no threats are there.
Yum. Oh,
Yeah, we are the threat.
No, you know what I mean.
I am the marketing department.
I am the
Are you,
manager.
Alrighty. The rest of them are going to exit as well. So I suppose I could just...
Exit stage left.
Are we all sort of agreed on going back to the forge house?
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, off we go.
Well,
Except for Zeke.
except for Zeke.
Yeah.
And probably Asplin too.
It's the Betrayers of Hyrule spinning logo.
I fucking hate everything.
I can't zoom in. I have another mouse for this. Yay.
To the forge mobile.
Where's Ren?
Stop.
Right.
Let me remove Tora and Captain Hoyle here. Alright.
Once we arrive at the forge house, I'm going to, like, I guess, put my coat around Zayla's shoulders and escort her over to Midna.
I assume you're going first with your downtime.
I mean, no,
Adam.
you can go first. It's fine.
All right, it was just going to be a conversation with Ren, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you can go first.
She should be entering the house as well. Alright, let me
Yeah,
pull
so-
up my...
She was upper right. So we'll...
Yeah, she was hiding in that corner.
We're gonna go from there for now.
That's
so
fine.
they don't intrude on
That's
the other
fine.
conversation. I keep doing the wrong thing. Okay, Ataru is gonna have Ren sit down. And Ren's hair is short, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna have her lay down. And she's gonna walk her through some breathing exercises. As I assume Ren is scared shitless.
It's sort of fading, but the trauma of having been transformed is still with her.
Yeah. So Nataru is gonna also sing to her. And just kind of have her mellow out. And then she's gonna kind of probe her a little with questions.
Interesting.
So-
Okay.
In Zoran.
Okay. We'll get to that in a moment. I do want to check on Zeke and Asplin. Are you both following Tora?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Then let's go back to what is... So you said Adam is leading Zayla toward Midna?
No. Yeah.
Okay. And am I missing anyone? All right.
First off, Necro, you done with that?
You're muted.
You were muted, sir.
Sorry. Yeah, that's good.
All right, sweet.
Okay. So let's go to Adam and Zayla first. And then we'll
Adam's
to...
going to, escort Zayla over to Midna, and even though he has noticed on several occasions that Midna doesn't like the door knocked, he's going to knock anyway.
Oh
Fucking wooden woodpecker, man.
Are you gonna get the big hand or not?
Well, you'll see the big hand and slide the door open, and she's got this look on her face like, what?
And I'm just going to sit there as, like, Zayla's there with my coat on, and I'm probably still recovering.
Yeah, she's still kind of slightly in a daze from the whole experience.
Of course, Midna has no idea what's going on, so she's gonna kind of put her hands on her
look
hips
at
and say,
Midna, and then I just go, you might want to hear this.
she
As
kind
I
of stares
gesture
at you
over to, like,
blankly.
I gesture over to the bed and for her to sit down.
Aura. Oh, you said for her. I'm sorry.
Midna just stares at Adam blankly. and then looks at Zayla.
And I take my jacket off of Zayla, put it back on me, and then I look at Zayla. Tell her what you saw.
Zan's back.
Is this in Twiley?
Yes.
She squints at you in disbelief at first. She goes, "What?"
Saw him with my own eyes.
I thought I took care of him.
I thought you did too.
I'm going to look at the both of them and say, Tora already went out on her whim and took 2 of us with her. If there is one thing that I explained to Zayla, it's going into battles unprepared and uninformed. From the look of it, Zayla, Tora, and Dark Link were all unaffected when this twilight entered the sanctuary. I am assuming, and she looks at both of you, that you know something about the Zant character.
In Hylian, she'll turn to Adam. Zant, for lack of a better term, was a megalomaniac who usurped the Twilight Throne. Midna dealt with him a long time ago. So him being here should be impossible, but
Then knowing this Zant and your experience before, what are his drives and motivation of him being here now?
power. That's all he wants. I'm guessing that if he can't get it in the Twilight, then he's trying to get it here. Or worse, both.
I look at Midna to her reaction to Zayla's commentary on this.
He doesn't understand Hylian.
And to Midna, she'll say, I gave him the short version.
He nods. Well, guess we gotta kill him.
And Zayla kind of looks at Midna like a slightly shocked look.
But I've been looking for
No.
an excuse. Well,
We're
you
all
can
on
start
the
with
same
this.
page.
And she is going to pull something out. And she's going to hand it to you.
What is this?
You see in your hand a small black stone, jet black, but faceted. And it sort of not only it sort of drinks in light, but also refracts it.
What is this?
Something I probably should have trusted you with a long time ago. And
Secret
the
ingredient.
item
secret-
card is in the chat.
What is this?
Wiley's Onyx. Nice.
Told you I had more spiritual stones.
Oh, I know when I was waiting for them to pop up. You lied, Dragonet!
And that is her 3-star reward. You will get the extra heart from socializing. Hopefully everybody remembered to decrease their extra heart as we entered downtime.
E.
Oh yeah, right. I should probably heal on the overlay, shouldn't I?
Wow, it's literally just mirror force the stone.
Image. I would like to save the image, please. Where is the pop-up?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was the shadow.
Shadow stone?
crystal.
No.
That- yeah,
I just
that-
Yeah, that's the-
different.
I'm sure there is a shadow crystal card waiting for us at some point, but it ain't yet.
It ain't here yet.
I'm guessing no. Yeah, that was going to Zayla. Never mind.
Yes, it was.
Nothing for Adam
No.
Yet.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
yet.
Yo,
He has the statue that lets him use all
That's
legendary
pretty
things.
damn good, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and transition to Nataru and Ren. I will remind you that Ren does have 5 stars, so socializing won't do anything, but if you wish to have a conversation, go for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to figure. So Nataru
I'm
and
gonna-
Zoran is.
I'm
Sorry.
going to the bathroom real quick, but
Yep.
I have my headphones on, so I'll hear everything.
Gotcha.
Nataru and Zoran is going to ask Ren, "Is that what you were afraid of?"
What is she indicating?
Zant.
She shakes her head.
You can talk to me, you know. We're safe.
The captain was doing what he felt was right. What I was doing, I knew was wrong. I deserve judgment just as much as he does.
Nataru pauses. You didn't kill anybody, and you admit that you were wrong.
I slapped you, said sorry, and then slapped you again. Would you believe me if I said I was sorry the second time?
No. But your actions have proven something to me. You are not evil. You're not.
Me.
Go on, sorry.
Evil's a matter of perspective.
What do you think you are?
A traitor?
I think you are misguided.
Maybe.
She sighs and holds Ren's hand and says, "I will talk to Zelda, see what will be done, but I want to know one more thing. How do you know Zoran?"
Oil wasn't the first one who hired me.
Let me guess, Cassius.
But I believed more in Hoyle's cause than I did in Cassius's.
Talk to me about Cassius's cause. What is his end game? What does my brother want?
I fear you would be upset.
So, if I get upset at him, it's more the need to, you know, remind him that family is more important than anything. Us. Or at least it was.
Do you remember your coming of age ceremony, Princess?
She pauses and says, "It's been a while since I thought of it. Why?"
The royal family of Hyrule was there. With their retinue of guards, I was among them. It was then that I met Cassius. It started out as a good-natured conversation. I had studied Zoran because the region was always of particular interest to me. I've always been fond of water. And over the course of the time I spent with Cassius, he began to reveal more and more of his true feelings. He told me that he had always felt that your mother was unfit for the throne. Under his leadership, the Zora race would prosper, not just relegated to some forgotten corner of the kingdom, I argued with him, of course, because as you could see by the attendance of the Hylian royal family, that the Zoras were not forgotten, not sequestered, not relegated to a corner, but valued and admired. But he seemed fixated. Bitter. And I never understood why. Because he never told me.
Taru sighs and says, okay, so it was Calamity's Edge, so we need to go find Zarin.
I
Sorry.
put it in the chat so it wouldn't interrupt what was going on.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Calamity's Edge, we need Zarin's other shard, and then we can buy the thing at Mallow Mart and forge it. Anyway.
We already have the recipe.
Oh, we do? I forgot about that.
Yep.
Anyway, Nataru is going to sigh, pinch the bridge of her nose, and look at Ren. What kind of information did he want? Did Cassios want?
It was almost like he couldn't make up his mind. One second he was talking about Calamity. The next he was talking about the fierce deity. The next he was talking about the Triforce. I don't think he had made up his mind yet.
So, she thinks for a moment.
Real quick for Nataro, how many years ago was her coming of age ceremony?
Oh God, I don't remember.
I'm asking you to make it up right now.
I'd say Zora. Do Zora's age the same as humans? I can't.
Assume they do. How many
So
years
I'd
has
say
it been since she's come
she
of
was
age?
18. I have to do math. Hold on. I'm gonna base her age off of mine.
Well, let's not reveal that on the recording.
No. Actually, then I'm not gonna.
Canonically, Zoras live a lot longer.
Do they? Okay. Well, either way, just how many years has it been
Wrong
since?
number.
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay. So that's what we'll work with. So, it's been 6 years since Ren had this conversation with Cassios. And over that time, she's been working under Captain Hoyle. And then, of course, maybe a month ago or so, that's when the Dark World fell.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to establish a timeline.
So he's been thinking about this all this time.
There's one thing he is, it's stubborn.
Yes, I remember that. Once she pauses and says, usurp the throne from Mother. What was his next goal, do you know?
Every time I asked him, all he did was laugh. Suppose because I was part of the Royal Guard, he didn't trust me. Which was understandable. If I'd learned of any credible threat to the throne, I would have come immediately to the Zoran Royal Guard. I just took it as harmless familial bickering. Now I know better.
I'm not mad at you. I can't be mad at you. I am mad at my brother. She laughs a little bitterly, but as you said, he was stubborn. He is stubborn. He also seems to have his head up his ass sometimes, and I don't know. And this is like the one time she's cursed in a while. But, I don't know. It's strange to me that he would do this to Mother. It doesn't compute, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't register. It doesn't... Why? I want to know why, and I need to find him. But I will need the strength of my friends for this.
And with that, we're going to transition to the trio that is currently wandering. Give a second here. Need the light world.
The three of our icons look like a snowman.
Alrighty. Why is the map all blurry and shit now?
Is it?
Oh, there it is. It finally loaded. All right.
That's called rendering.
Nah, takes a second. All right. So, as Tora steps out, you can see that she's squinting, but she's otherwise ignoring the sunlight. There's like a sizzling sound, burning smoke rising from her skin as she sort of strides through without really acknowledging anything. Anyone?
I'm following her. She looked like she had a plan.
Yeah.
None of you moved. None of you said anything. You just so
We're waiting for you in case you had something to say. It's called being polite.
so she's just gonna continue on. She's not saying anything.
Yep.
Real quick.
Well then, since
I'm following her lead.
All right. Give me a moment.
one.
We can get in here now.
I probably should have thought of that, huh?
We can do that later.
Yep.
We're
All right,
gonna
so
take fish to fry.
she's going to make her way to the edge. And
Since we're walking, this is effectively active time, right?
essentially,
Would you allow me to upgrade my gun and my new gem?
it's going to take a while. Not something you can really do on the move.
Bitch, it's
This is-
magic powder.
This is probably akin to unique endeavor.
Yeah. If you're going to be doing this. So as you can see, if you want to go back to the Forge House and use downtime actions, you can. Or if you want to follow Tora, you can. Oh.
Decisions.
Twig's still here.
So's Lana.
Wait, hold on. You use your downtime activities to craft the powder.
Yeah.
Using the powder is an action. Yeah, no, that's fine.
So we're active time. So
That's
I can
absolute-
use them,
yeah,
like,
no,
do
go for it.
sprinkles.
Just sprinkle.
I'm gonna
Hey, I
walk
get to-
that back.
I get to use them with their upgrades now.
All right. She's gonna get here and sort of kind of look across the water. And she's gonna take a running start and she's gonna hop over here. I'm gonna have her make a deafness check. And it's a success. Purpose.
To say if she fails, I'm gonna laugh.
Do I need to make one too?
Yeah.
Don't you
Uh-oh.
ditch
What's
me,
my
you
deafness? Actually, no,
Uh,
I'm gonna throw Asplin over first.
Okay.
fuck. Yeah, please don't ditch me.
But I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Which my
Success.
deafness is 11.
She is gonna continue on.
I don't know why I looked at my character sheet instead of over at the freaking Discord as if it's not right there.
All right, and she's gonna continue on over here.
Jesus, she's going straight for that pyramid.
Oops. Excuse me. You are absolutely
You,
correct. She is going
You know where
down
you're
here.
going, right?
The GM doesn't. All right.
No, that was a question that he asked her like out loud.
Excuse me. She says, "You'll see." Hey, look, everybody's here.
Are
Oh,
we?
wow.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, boop.
Hey, Twig.
Oh, whoops.
Like she's so small. Guess I don't need this one here anymore, do I?
Fine, Zeke.
Yep.
Fine.
And Tora's gonna make her way this way.
Nope.
We were at the right
Okay, we're
spot.
going this way for once.
Yep. And
Whereas, why do you
Necro
have a health
GM
bar?
DMs when you have a second. And she's gonna go here.
On a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're.
I guess that wasn't connected. So she's gonna come
Slink's
up.
house.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
All right.
predict where we were going.
And she is going to take you
Oh, no,
all
we're
the
down
way
here.
over here. And
Don't crush me.
you'll have to give me a moment. Back at base, Nataru, what do you want to do with your downtime activity?
I'm gonna get rid of the wounded thingy.
Okay, yeah, you heal an injury. Adam, what are you doing with yours?
I am going to. Let's see. Well, if Zayla's like okay / stable, I'm gonna go earn some money back. I'm gonna go work for Malo.
Okay, unique endeavor. All right, and with
Question,
that,
though.
I'm gonna go ahead and call a short break while I set something up.
We,
You go
can we
work on
talk
art.
about how Adam is working a 9 to 5 while all hell is broken loose outside?
It's a part-time job. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, short break. We're gonna call a
He's got his
5
priorities
5-minute break,
straight, I
and then
appreciate it.
we're gonna come back.
Does Adam have the Master Sword? I can't remember if we actually took it or not.
No, we did not. Oh, we did. Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because we talked about
Oh,
who
yeah.
should get it, and then we decided on Adam because he has the goddess statue.
Yeah, Adam has
Yeah.
it. I mean, well,
He can
we
actually
have
use
not
it.
collected. Wait, have we collected? No, we have not collected courage yet.
No.
We have not.
But my worry, it may be unfounded, is that Cassios is going to try and get it.
Oh, he can't. He doesn't
Yes.
have the sword.
Well, no, he could pull the same thing he pulled when we tried to get the Triforce of Wisdom. You know?
Not if what's his name, or not if Asplin. Well, who got the stone? Zayla? The Twilight Stone?
Yeah, Zayla.
Not if
Yeah,
Zayla
Zayla's
uses a big old bubble of Twilight.
Hold on. You have a point. I was about to call a drum a bongo, and I was like, that's incorrect. These
Well,
are not
bongos are drums.
But these aren't bongos that I'm hearing. They're definitely
It's a
not
snare
bongos.
drum.
I know. I was gonna call it bongos. I don't know. My brain.
It's a snongo.
It's a snongo. That sounds like something I'd say.
The snongberries taste like snongberries.
No, it's snozberries.
Oh, I know, that's the joke.
Snong?
Yeah.
Snong. Oh my goodness.
Something tells me you had this all planned out.
I have so many more roads to go.
Magician never reveals their secrets.
Too much dog
A
hair.
wizard arrives precisely when he's meant to.
That's what I was thinking. He needs the water or something. Ooh, Oopsie. Oh, I didn't want to click that either. Excuse me.
Ba, 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 ba.
Mm. Pressing all the fucking wrong buttons. Pardon me.
Marmalade.
No.
Okay, Scruffy. Oh, marmalade.
Bologna.
My Bologna.
Damn it. My Bologna. Anyone got a spare spine lying about?
No. Wish I did, but no.
Damn.
I need mine.
Well, that's why I said spare. Tell you what, I'll make do with the lower half.
No.
But hear me out. You
I
do it
said
anyway.
no.
Damn it! Bring me a spine. Take it from someone who's not using it, like a lazy person.
Wow. That's I want to say something, but I would be crucified.
Couch potato detected. Rip.
I have things I would like to say.
Did I say something wrong?
No, not you. I'll DM you, Necro.
Oh boy.
Do, 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 do.
Is it bad that a part of me wants to fight Bongo Bongo?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not fighting him today. Ever, even.
Oh, I've already given Vic ideas for that.
Oh, you suck.
I don't know if he'll use them, but I have put them on the table.
You're welcome, Necro.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but I laughed at worse, so screw it.
I shouldn't be laughing either. But God, is it funny?
Vic, what you bring? What you got there?
What
Oh,
you got
kind of
there,
Chi-
Ben?
What kind of Chinese food? There dumplings.
The mine kind.
You got them there dumplings.
I had. They're gone now. I murdered them with my face. All right.
So
I have. You know what that reminds me? I have not dumplings. I have pot stickers downstairs.
Yeah, I like me some pot stickers.
Those aren't
So-
dumplings.
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
get your
They're a type of
dumplings
dumpling.
then.
Okay.
Vic, bring me your dumplings. I want your dumplings.
All right. How we all feeling? We good? Continue.
I'm hungry for dumplings. Come here.
Get away from Vic's dumplings. Those are,
Oh, that was a
wrong
really
dumplings.
weird sentence.
Those
That
are
was
wrong
definitely a thing you
dumplings.
said. All right. So, this part is going to be sort of theater of the mind here. I am going to go with. I assume you're
Yes.
entering the cavern with her.
Oh yeah.
I'm also gonna have my lantern lit on my hip.
Okay.
Quick, light my head on fire. I double as a safety torch.
Do you have any more vials of oil?
I mean, I have the. No, but I only had it lit for like a minute or two
Yeah.
when I was talking to what's his name.
Yeah. So we'll do because I currently have no way to meter oil. So I'll say
One session?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. In which case you'll probably have to get more oil. There's rules for it in the break PDF.
There's 24 hours in the break PDF.
24 hours. Okay. All right.
And
So
that's 24 hours of consistent lighting.
right. So are you keeping track of how many hours you've used it?
Are we keeping track of how many hours have gone by in the game?
Yeah. All right. So point is, you will need oil eventually. It won't just be an automatic thing. Is what I'm trying to say. So, as you enter the cave, it sort of descends on a gradual slope for a little bit. And you come to a circular door. The frame is similar to the frame that you saw in the cave, the one that you shattered, that was supposed to have held the Twilight Mirror. And also to the circular frame that in the Dark World, when you went into the cavern where you faced the Eldritch Abomination. This time, instead of a medallion slot, though, there is an inscription, an etching of the Triforce. Tora looks at you. Figured you might know something about this. One thing Twilight are not fond of is light.
Is she talking about the gate?
Talking about, the Triforce in particular,
Oh, but yeah, you're talking about how you got a Triforce.
Well, what about it?
Well, the way
What
I
do you
figure
need
it,
to want to know?
I stumbled on this while I was out hunting for the rest of my group. And I figure anything that's sitting behind a door with the Triforce on it probably holds something important. So I'm wondering if you can't unlock it.
Well, only one way to find out. And he fucking walks up and holds his hand out over it, his left hand.
As you hold your hand out, the top section of the Triforce illuminates. But nothing else happens.
Well, if I know one thing about 3 triangles, and only one of them happening, we probably need the other 2.
Shit. Of course it can't be that easy,
Yeah,
can it?
don't look at me. I got an evil one.
What would happen, though, if you did that?
I'm not going to find out. I'm going to do the smart thing and not touch the door.
Really? The scientist who does things like eats Ganon's head and jumps into whirlpools is not going to put his hand on a stone circle?
Yep.
Yeah, right. No. She just kind of... All right. And she'll continue down here. I forgot.
So he's gonna walk behind her
Mm-hmm.
and say, but we do have a lead on the second one. we actually pretty much have the second one in hand, barring any interruptions, and we have a lead on the third
Aspel's
one.
just gonna put it.
He goes,
Yeah, I get it.
She goes,
In
yeah, that's
hand.
right. You do, don't you?
In hand.
Oh, haha. I apparently also had... Yep, I should have been using this one, not the other one. All right.
Ow.
Ah! Dangly parts. I should
Yeah,
delete that.
well,
Other one.
we can count that rock as gone now.
Yep. Obviously. Yeah,
Oh.
the one that Zeke
Covered
would
the
have
hole.
probably picked up. There we go. Yeah, now I know why I
Found the
did
force
this.
gem.
Yep. I guess we make our way back then.
Have we been in this house yet?
You haven't.
We have not.
Oh man! I
Do
guess we
it.
can go back.
All right. I will shorten this and take everyone back to the forge house.
Just remember, when you see a house, think what would Zeke do?
What was it? God
Go
damn it.
in without knocking.
Knocking. My God.
Tor sort of
Ooh.
like kicks an empty bucket. God damn it, I thought we had some.
Oh, neither of us thought to ask this, but since we're back, who was that guy?
Oh, Zant? Oh, you know, the whole reason Midna's even here? The usurper to the throne of the Twily?
Well, that sounds like a pretty big name.
He's an asshole. That's who he is. That's all you need to know.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Good enough for me.
He's an
We were
asshole,
all kinda-
does bad
well,
shit.
we were all
I
kinda,
disagree.
you know,
He needs to die.
While we were all doing the involuntary monster bash, you seemed like an asshole.
Zayla's
Weird
gonna
thing
make
is-
her way toward the front door.
Never mind.
Bruce is just outside kicking rocks.
I'm gonna keep watch.
I'm gonna keep watch.
There's nothing to do here.
You guys are boring.
Goose
Yes.
is fucking useless.
Gotta speak to somebody about employee relations or something. Gotta be some clause about hostile work environments. They don't even let me inside
Have an
anymore.
HR.
I'm sorry, Goose. Let me reach into this bag of fucks that I give. Sorry, it's empty.
Lo
You
and
drinking a
behold, for
fucking
it is
Diet
empty.
Coke? Oh no, it's a normal Coke.
It's cherry.
You reach in your hand that comes out the bottom.
Now that we're back, we're not going to count that as a unique endeavor. So each of you will also have downtime activities. For Adam, can you roll me an aura check, please?
That is a 9. So that succeeds.
Okay. I have a special something for you.
Oh boy.
Where is the Malomart link again? Is it pinned somewhere?
I got you.
Should
I got
be.
you. There you go.
It is always posted in the tavern.
Yeah, I
And then
don't
there we go.
ever I don't ever fucking close
Oh,
my
yeah,
tabs
that's right.
for the game, so
I forgot it's in Tavern. I was checking the Discord chats for pins.
Oh, you're good. All right.
So the only category we have yet to unlock is the like
Special orders.
one.
we need at least one more worker, man.
Special order! Special order! Special order!
So I'll let Zeke and Asplin take their downtime activities, then we'll resolve Adams.
Hmm. You go first, Zeke.
Well, I'm gonna go to Malomart, but I'm still looking
Okay.
over the Malomart stuff. So
Oh, fair.
You know what? This will be perfect. So it's going to be on Asplin, and then we'll resolve that.
You know what?
It's gonna be on. What is it?
The decision for downtime activity, and then we're gonna.
I'm gonna go find the link. Not that link, this link. But I'm gonna go march my happy ass up to Navi, and I'm gonna hold up the mini fairy fountain I bought. He's just gonna stare. He's just gonna be like, "Hi, I don't know if this is rude, but I figured this might remind you of home."
She looks at it.
I don't know how fairies at home work.
She's gonna look at it and be like, "That is a pretty faithful recreation. Damn." She blinks for a second. She looks it down at you and says, "You know, you're all right." And she's gonna kind of fly with you on over towards here, and she's gonna
I lost track of her.
this way.
By
into
the
the
bath.
into
Yeah.
the house.
Yep. She's gonna ask you to set it in the corner here.
Oobadooba-da. I
Excuse
am
me.
erecting a dispenser.
God damn it. She kind of sits on the edge of it and dips her toes in the water that begins flowing into it. And you're like, this is kind of cool. And you are going to get 2 levels of star rewards.
Oh
First-
shit!
first-
Hey, that's what the gifts are for.
In addition to the heart from socializing, you will get 1 unit of mistake sugar and an MP drop.
Zeke anywhere
Oh, no.
near this. Hey, yes, I will. That'll be consumed as second we leave the house. Mistake sugar's just going into with the previous powder pile in the cabinets.
Alrighty.
That's what
And
I'm
then-
calling it. It's the powder pile.
The powder pile, fantastic. Alrighty. Here we go. We have Melo Mart.
La 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 la.
Everybody loves this music. Adam, you're behind the counter. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm just
All right.
For the first time, Adam just walks in, sort of just like contemplating, as in he's not walking in like with like a very straight back or something. Like he looks down for once.
Okay. Melo's gonna walk over to you and sort of like tug on your cloak.
Yep, yeah. Okay. I look to him, yeah.
Before Zeke enters.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Quick question:
Mhm.
Can things that are not gifts be given as gifts?
The purpose of the extravagant gifts is to get 2 stars in one socialize.
Yeah.
But can I do that with something not from the extravagant gifts section?
I think it would
That would
depend.
That would defeat the purpose of the extravagant gifts.
Right. That's kind of what their
So
purpose is.
The
What-
plan,
Yeah, what were you trying to do?
the plan is to buy the Big Goron sword and give it to Tora in exchange for her crystal greatsword.
So that should not be on the list after the recent developments.
Fuck.
Yeah.
In theory, that shouldn't have been on the list since we encountered Hoyle before the grave.
Right. That's
no.
kind of my bad there. You know what? You know what? I have an idea. We can leave it on the list.
But just, I'm not sure if I was gonna do that yet. Just a
I know.
question.
But you have helped me.
You're not getting the big orange sword. You're getting the giant's knife instead. I hope you like breakable weapons.
You have given me an idea.
Oh
Alright.
boy. One day I will understand that little bit of dialogue that's in that song.
Right.
I wonder, is there Mallow Mart music lyrics?
Right.
I've already said this.
You realize we've slept
Oh,
since then, right?
It's just
Yeah, Zeke
Japanese.
just said it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
no,
Japanese.
Well, it's Japanese backwards.
And Midna's
Japanese
speech is
is like-
jumbled English.
It's like buy it, buy it, buy it, and then that guy's gibberish is backwards. This right here,
Oh my god.
and it's like Mellow Mart is cheap, always cheap. So everything's cheap. Buy today, everything's cheap.
Interesting.
No, you're chica, no, you're chica. What?
Oh, they're missing me.
Kachana, kachana.
You people and your ability to understand other languages.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a
Oh, I do
second.
have a
I
language.
didn't understand the language that was happening in Halo.
But you naturally understand another language where I just kind of muddle through it. Or have done enough research.
The whole point he just made is that he didn't understand it, and yet he did.
But I meant like in general, people who understand other languages are awesome. I struggle.
I mean, Duolingo's still there, no matter how annoying
I'll
the
tell you
owl
a
may be.
how murderous the owl may be. Okay. I started learning French when I was really little, and I would like translate for the whole class. I can't speak French anymore. Besides, oui, baguette.
Omelette du fromage.
All right.
Everybody fucking says that one.
Well, you have made me do things. So,
What?
give me a second. I need to put this in a category. So Malo is going to tug on your cloak
I looked at him.
and say, all right, listen, you've been here long enough. Let me see how you upsell. Next sucker that walks in here, I want to see an upsell.
Oh god.
And that's when Zeke walks in.
No, you have to upsell Zeke. Good luck.
And okay, I guess I go from like looking down, and then I guess I jolt up my back, and then I go like, "Welcome, sir, to Malo Mart. How may I be of service?"
And then you see Zeke.
What is wrong with you right now? What are you doing? Why are you talking like that?
I work here. Along with, and I look at who's the worker that I brought along. The
Nalo, Andorra,
no, the worker that I brought along, Aspen's son or something.
Oh, Vern.
Where's Vern? Yeah, Vern.
Where is Vern?
He's somewhere. I don't know. Where is Vern? Where'd you put him?
You know,
Where
here.
is
You know what? No. Somehow he is positioned up at the statue.
He's on the statue.
No, somehow he has crawled up onto the podium and is just fucking around with that statue.
He's like chewing on its head.
He's like fucking Stitch.
How many stars
Vern is
is
just a
Malin at now?
plant-based Stitch.
I will check for you in just a moment.
Face.
I'm gonna continue with Zeke and go like, how may I assist you today, sir? Or should I say, customer that I have not met before?
I have never seen this man a day before in my life.
I want to like look at Zeke with my one eye and then sort of gesture to Malo as I'm looking at Zeke. And see if Zeke catches on.
I'm waiting to see what Vic says about Melon's star rating.
Yep, give me a moment. You guys have made
That
me do...
determines what I do next.
Okay. She's at 4.
I guess I'll play along then. If she was at 3, I would have done something else. So when we buy a mask, we don't know what it does until we buy it, right? Like exactly what it does.
This is true.
Okay.
You might have a gist of what it does, but you don't know the actual.
Oh.
Once again, I'm going to continue. It's just like, what seems to be your fancy? What are you looking for, good sir?
I just came here to buy a pair of iron boots.
Iron boots, you say? And let's see. Okay.
Before you continue,
where is
what the fuck is an upsell?
It's literally just selling them a little bit more than they asked for.
Okay.
Let's see.
So like a bonus or something, right?
Like cosplay monks, you sell it for 25.
Ah.
Actually, I'm gonna walk that back and say Ring of Fortune instead of iron boots.
Ring of Fortune, is that okay? There we go. All right. Let's see. And I go like, ah, yes, a fine purchase. I have several of these myself. And I go like, this would be a fine addition to your attire. As I like take the ring and I put it near Zeke's finger. Now my diet for such a fine figure like yourself.
Oh god.
Okay. Wouldn't this look just as great on you, if not better? And I take the scale pendant and I throw it in with the ring and I put it around Zeke's neck. Ah yes, an attractive Gerudo, if I say so myself.
We turned the robot into a salesman.
If I could implode from cringe. That it's all fine and good, but I kind of only have enough money for the ring.
And I go like, what's I go like, let's see. Well, good sir, how much do you have on you? If there is one thing that I can do, it's make a better bargain.
511 rupees.
511 rupees, and
I'm going to sell
the ring is for 100. The Hylian helm's for 250. How about I sell you both for 250?
Sure, that works for me.
All right, you make the transaction.
All right, sounds good.
And so I looked at Melo, for their reaction.
The total was
Do they
250,
nod?
right?
I think Adam just got fired.
So, Melo's just kind of blinking at you. Takes the 250 that Zeke put on the counter, scoops out 100, gives it to Adam. We'll work on it. And Adam, 100 is what you just earned from that sale.
Now I'm going to socialize with Malin.
All right. What is the topic of your conversation?
Oh, just, how's business? How you like working here?
I thought to get Melo stars, we have to provide him with workers.
You do.
Yes.
Malin. not
Malon.
Melo.
Oh, Malon. Gotcha.
Yeah. Melo and Malin are two different characters. So,
We're going to have Mandora next.
so Mandora, I should have her voice. Her voice Mandora in Total Squish Face too. She just say, well, it's not the ranch, but it works. Days around here keep me pretty busy. I suppose it's better than being bored.
He's gonna lean in and do the thing where he puts his hand over the side of his mouth to You know when people do that and they're like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's gonna do it with the back of with his palm facing Mallow, with the back of his hand inward. Is the little fucking runt treating you right? You just roll insight for Mallow.
I did. Thankfully he failed. He's still he's coaching Adam at this point. He's kind of standing on the counter. You're
Out of
supposed to
curiosity,
get
can I roll insight too?
more money, not less. As you go to look towards Zeke, he kind of catches your chin. And, "Bah, bah, 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 bah. We're talking. Malin kind of looks over and looks back and says, he can be a little rough around the edges, but I appreciate a businessman. Mallow's gonna kind of finish his pep talk and be like, all right, eyes up. Next sucker that comes in here, I want an upsell. All right. And within a few minutes, somebody walks in.
Oh boy, that's. So, Adam's like processing for a little bit. Okay, so depending on like, who comes in.
You can hear the beep boops.
Oh no, Zeke, you're screwed.
So
Oh,
in walks a Gerudo you've never seen before.
Oh.
She has a massive great hammer strapped to her back. And she just makes a beeline for the counter. Which one of you do I talk to?
Hello there, good miss, and welcome to Mallow Moore.
I'm guessing it's you.
How may I assist you today?
Healer's kit. Fast, preferably. That'd be a...
Let's see. Was that healer's kit coming right up? And may I ask for what purpose? As I'm like I'm getting the kit.
She's gonna look at you. What do you think?
Was that, and
I'm not gonna cook eggs with it.
I look at her and go like, you don't seem to be in danger. As I'm like I'm like backing it up.
oh, Adam's backing it up.
She's gonna reach for her pouch. Just give me the total.
Let's see. That reminds me of a time that I needed a healer's kit. After all, there was a time where I thought I was human, and I'm just gonna ramble on and on and on until I get to
Duck,
a point of like
Today,
until I go. Like,
Melo's gonna slap you upside the back of the head.
Usually these healing kits were let's see, what were the prices?
I think they're 50 or something like that. I don't remember.
See.
Trying.
Usually we would sell these healing kits for 100 gold or so, but due to pressing times, we've had to lower the price. It would be a real shame if we would have to.
Mender's kit is 500. There it is.
500. Okay. I'm gonna say 600. And
Okay.
we used to sell these kits for 600, but due to costs and such and to hiring help, we've had to reduce the cost
She's
somehow.
gonna
As I'm
lean
taking
forward
my
and
time-
put her fucking finger on your mouth. Stop. She's going to pull out 600, put it on the table, take the mending kit, rip it out of your hand, and walk off.
Yes! Yes!
Two things.
Yep.
One, physician's kit. Mending kit is for gear.
Physician's kit, excuse me. I fucking did see that, yep. Excuse me.
Two, Zeke is gonna follow her.
Of course he
All right.
is.
She walks out.
I'll talk to you later, man. I'll be
Wait,
back later. Does
So
it,
are
does
you-
it count for socializing if I leave?
No.
Motherfuck!
Wow, you just bounced on Malin.
Do you want the reward or no?
Oh boy, denying the mommy milkers!
Stop it.
We'll finish this up.
Almighty.
I'll be back later.
Okay. Is it unique endeavor then?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Malum will always be there. This will not.
Well, congratulations, she's got Melon killed.
Alrighty, give me a second. I need music.
Is Zeke small enough to be sneaky? I don't think so.
So she is stepping out of the house.
Yeah, I'm following her, not particularly trying to hide, but also not actively trying to get her attention.
She's kind of traveling at a brisk pace.
Yeah, I figured she'd be in a panic or a rush and not be paying too much attention. Hopefully.
Well, I just rolled insight and she did succeed. So she's to turn over her shoulder. Can I help you? And then she finally sees and goes, wait a minute. I don't have time for this right now. I have to go.
Well, why don't you let me follow you, and then we can deal with it after you take care of whoever needs healing.
How about no?
I'm following you.
No, you're not. And she's going to pull out her hammer.
I'm going to pull out my my weapon. Do you have time to fight right now, or do you have somebody to heal? Make a decision.
She looks down at you, looks up, and says, last foe we had to deal with betrayed us all. Not gonna let that happen again. Sit, stay, and I'm gonna be back.
Damn.
I'm still following her.
Oh boy.
She can
All
turn
right.
around and leave, but I'm gonna walk.
Alrighty. She's gonna walk this way. And a second.
Cannot wait to witness this bite you in the ass.
So she's gonna walk off, and I'm gonna storm after her. I
Okay.
don't know what the vo is, but I don't like the way you said it.
All right. Does a 22 hit?
Not if I parry.
Okay, so she swings the fucking thing at you. I'm gonna have you make a deafness check to see if you can react in time.
Oh, yep. I rolled a 9.
Okay, you're able to parry it, but you can feel the staggering blow, the staggering strength behind this blow. This girl is strong, and she's holding the hammer. She says, "Get." I'm not gonna ask you again.
I'm not going to tell you again.
All right. She's gonna level the hammer over her shoulder, and she's gonna rush you. And we're gonna go transition to. I guess this is gonna be your.
Christ, Zeke.
Fucking unique endeavor. Where did I put that? All right. I guess we're gonna use this one. Clear out some tokens here. Hope everybody doesn't mind waiting for just a couple minutes here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't mind at all. This should be interesting.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Don't perish.
All right, and we're gonna get rid of that one.
And that's how our tank died.
The big giveaway was that she sized you up and continued with her attitude.
She's kind of a little shit.
Don't die. Only mildly get your ass handed to you.
All right. Zeke's first duel, I think.
You would.
Ooh.
You would.
I
You
would,
with
absolutely.
This track.
All right. I have to review my notes here.
Does that first parry count towards this battle?
You know what? Roll me a grit check.
Fuck me. Fuck! I rolled an 8.
What's
Which
your
is
grit?
good. I'm just saying
Okay.
fuck because I've been succeeding.
Okay. You will still retain your parry.
Fuck.
All right. So she's gonna rush you, and she's going to make another attack. That is going to be a 21.
Parry.
All right. She is going to use heavy hitter. You will nullify the damage, but it does not physically miss. So she's able to bat you one battlefield area away.
Zeke's gonna walk to this battlefield, and as he does, before he takes a swing at her, he's going to yell out, "You should be the last person talking to me about betrayal," and swing at her,
Okay.
which will be a 27.
And she is going to backflip it. All right. She is going to use Megaton Slam. You will have to make a deftness check with a snag. And she is going to turn this battlefield area isolated as the ground kind of caves up around it.
I rolled a 1 and an 11.
Okay.
My deftness is 11.
Okay, so you're able to avoid being completely toppled. She gains supernatural leaping for 1 turn after using this ability, and she's going to hop over here.
I'm also going to use my supernatural leaping and hop over there.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to switch to daring
Okay.
and use an attack stunt. And I'm going to rush at her and take the staff of my weapon and pin her to the ground by the neck with it.
Okay, that would be a combat trick.
But I also want it to do damage. Like it's going to be a hard hit.
Okay.
Or I could just leave it as a
If you want
combat
to
trick.
make it as an attack stunt, you can do that. Absolutely. So go ahead and roll me your attack.
What would it be if it was an combat trick?
A combat trick, because of how agile she is, it would be deftness. You gotta
Let me
catch
go
her
for her.
first.
Okay. 25
25.
for the attack stunt.
Right, she backflips it. It doesn't seem like, as strong as you are, she's too fast for you to hit. Like, as soon as you start swinging, she's already gone. And she's going to... Okay. She's going to swing again. Oh, finally a low number, a 14.
It does not hit.
Okay.
I'm going to raise my left hand and I'm going to use innate power.
Okay. You're going to summon all your crystal weapons?
I only have one.
Okay.
And it's going to bring out the hammer.
Okay.
And before I do this, I'm going to say out loud. I don't know. Would he know this? I guess, would he be able to make the assumption that Vo means male, since the only other Vo that would be a thing would have been Ganondorf?
I would say that as much as you've told me you don't know anything about Gerudo culture, you probably wouldn't.
Let me read this ability again. I guess I'm gonna hit her with the floaty hammer.
Okay.
Which would, I don't know, would that be? Because that's not me attacking.
It's a mighty
I'm
weapon.
the slow one.
You still use your attack bonus for it, though.
I'm saying like in relation to her dodging because I'm apparently slow. The hammer is not attached to me.
You can try. See what happens.
I rolled a 21.
She is going to backflip it with Gerudo agility. It seems like weapon attacks are not very effective against her. She's going to swing again. God damn. Getting lucky today. That's a 13. She's going to move back here. Reconsider her strategy here.
Scream.
Zeke's gonna sheath his weapon. This is, you know what? This is annoying. Go do whatever you gotta do. I was going to help you, but it seems like you don't want it.
I don't care if you're the second coming of Ganondorf herself. Get away from me, you creep. And she's gonna back away, and as she sees that you're not following, she's gonna run off. And we are gonna transition back. There we go. And she runs off toward the south.
And I sneaky sneak.
You're gonna keep following?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
dude, take a hint.
No,
please.
hey, let him do what he's gonna do. If
This is the first time
if Aspley
he has
gets to be
seen any
chaotic,
other
so does
Gerudo.
Zeke.
This is the first time he's seen any other Gerudo besides Ganondorf. Obviously, he's interested. He's also down here.
Oh, you have a second token. Ha 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 ha. I'm over here
Oh my
looking at
God,
this
it's
one.
the third coming of Ganondorf.
I'm gonna rate right here because she said she'd be back.
All right, it's gonna be a while. So, Adam, we've resolved your downtime activity. You have gained. Melo gives you half of the 600, so you gained a total of 400 rupees.
Yep.
Nice, nice.
There is gonna be a voice from the doorway, Zeke.
Zeke,
gonna be a what?
who's not in the building.
You're gonna see Malon appear at the edge of the tree. Everything all right? I heard shouting.
Oh,
Well, just some crazy psycho trying to kill me. No big deal.
Well, don't let people do that, okay?
Oh, I'm still standing, aren't I?
And she's gonna walk over. Listen, I meant to finish our conversation back there, but you were in a little bit of a rush. It means a lot to me what y'all did for me. I didn't really have any perception of time being stuck in that crystal the way I was, but now, even though the world's all dark as it is, it seems like y'all are doing something about it. So maybe this could help you. And you will get her a 5-star reward, which will be, give it here.
it's a horse whistle.
Not a fucking horse
Nope.
whistle.
It's something way more important than that.
Oh,
You guys got
Why do
two
you
in a
think I've been
session.
trying to get you guys to do this for so long?
I mean, hey, everybody has autonomy. Everybody can choose to do what they want.
Yeah, you know what? I guess you're not wrong.
You could have socialized with Malin at any time without requiring anybody else to do it. So.
Zeke just doesn't have anything in common with Malin, so it feels uncharacteristic. But
You were part of the party that helped free her from the crystal, so I think it works. As just me do. All right, and she is going to go back inside. And you're waiting for a while. But eventually, you hear footsteps. And give me a second, where did she go? She appears. And
herself?
so does she.
Oh.
And so does she. And so does she.
Oh boy.
And she is almost as big as you are. And the person you talked to crosses her arms. Now, what was so important?
You are the first Gerudo I've seen in my life besides Ganondorf. All I had was questions.
Wait, you've seen Ganondorf?
Yes.
Where is he?
Well, he's dead now. Saw his head fly down from a mountain myself.
She seems stunned by this. As, you know, in disbelief, they kind of, like, look at each other. Sort of confer amongst themselves. You don't seem like the dishonest type, but I find that hard to believe.
Ever heard of Guard Captain Hoyle?
No?
Well, anyway. Captain of the Royal Guard turned the bad guy, tried to destroy the world. He killed Ganondorf, and we beat him.
I see what you're doing here with the power comparison.
Considering your first instinct looks to be fighting, it seems to be the language you speak.
Can you blame me?
Yeah. I had healing items I was prepared to give you to help whoever you were buying that kit for, and you drew your weapon on me.
Not the first time we've been deceived.
Is that my fault? What did I do?
And how am I supposed to know? You could be just another person trying to take advantage of us.
You
This
could
is
try
not a friendly
bleeding-
world.
You could try not bleeding on others with wounds they did not cause. That's a start.
Yeah, well, until we get whatever this is gone, I don't trust anything. Putting your trust
Well, it
in
just so
the
happens-
wrong person can result in death, as we have seen.
Well, it just so happens that me and mine are working to fix all of this.
Well, that's
There's a
admirable
big
and all.
shield.
Mm-hmm. Look, whatever you're doing, I'm sure it's for a good cause. But we have work to do too. So you stay out of our way, we'll stay out of yours, it'll be fine.
What does that have to do with anything? I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions and then I'd leave. But you were in such a rush to help somebody, I figured the best course of action would be to follow you, to not distract you from that.
Well, you
and then
notice
I could casually ask questions later.
she steps aside, and you notice that the scimitar and shield fighter has a bandage around her waist. Your questions weren't more important than my people.
Which is why I wanted to follow you to let you do that first, and then I ask questions.
Well, you know, that could very well be. But I don't know what your intentions are. Do you have any idea how many people have tried to take us out since we set foot in this land? It would be a perfect opportunity for someone to catch us vulnerable like this.
I think he's just gonna heave a really heavy sigh and toss over the basic potion he has to her.
She catches it. What's this?
Have her drink it, it heals. Not by a lot, but enough.
Roll me aura.
Ooh, that's a 17.
Oh. She looks at it, and she looks at you. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what's in here. I've never seen this before.
He's gonna walk up to her and just snatch it from her hand,
Mhm.
open the bottle up, and put a few drops on his pinky and put it in his mouth.
All right.
Oh, to prove it's
To show that it's not poisoned. Yeah. You see, nothing happened.
She narrows her eyes at you, and she holds out her hand.
I'm gonna give the potion back.
She's gonna toss it back to the.
I'm gonna take both of my weapons and shove them in the ground, about right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk back over here. If something bad happened, do whatever.
She's gonna kind of put her hands on her hips, walk back to her compatriot here, and give her the vial. It's up to you if you trust him. He looks down at it, looks up at you. And she drinks it. And there is a faint glow around her midriff. And she kind of pulls the bandage away from her stomach. She looks at Tani and says, "It worked."
Does that look like what would amount to the wounded injury?
Not quite so severe anymore since the physician's kit was used, but there was still some leftover
Okay.
damage.
Actually, I don't know if that matters anyway. The
Yeah.
Flash Fairy potion doesn't work on injuries, right? Just
No,
ailments.
ailments.
Okay, never mind.
So she looks at you and says, "All right, say I believe you're trustworthy. You said you and yours are trying to fix this, right?"
That's correct.
And you said we're the first Gerudo you've ever seen besides Ganondorf, and that Ganondorf's dead.
Also correct.
Okay. Which means that's why I don't recognize you. You didn't grow up among us. I know every Gerudo by name. That's why I was suspicious. I see a Gerudo I don't know, I assume it's a shapeshifter or something. That's happened before. We've had shapeshifters. We've even had an entire team of dark interlopers that looked exactly like us.
Yep.
They got away. They're still out there somewhere. So the next time you see us, it may not be us.
Well, then how do I know that you're you right now?
You don't. Any more than
guess
I
that's
know
fair.
for certain that you're not a dark interloper yourself. Though whose form you're taking, if you were, I don't know.
Well,
And I don't know a
according to
dark
Ganondorf,
interloper that would willingly part with their weapons so easily. So, we're in a bit of a bind here.
According to Ganondorf, apparently only one male Gerudo should ever be alive at one time.
Which
Yet
is
here
why
I
I
am.
was initially suspicious.
I'm gonna hold up my hand and shine the Triforce of Power at her.
And you see her eyes go wide. No being could mimic that. And she kind of goes to confer with her compatriots. They're not speaking in words, they're speaking in hand signs. One of them looks really confused and points at you. And
Is he gonna shrug when she points at him?
she's going to step forward again. I would know your name.
The name I was given by my foster parents, I guess I should call them now, was Zeke. However, Ganondorf tells me that my true name is Dozendorf.
Oh. Now I know who you are.
Well, that makes one of us.
You were supposed to be dead.
Well, here I am, says with another shrug.
So you know nothing of the Gerudo, yes?
What do you think I was so insistent on following somebody who looks like me?
So you know nothing about our traditions, the way our people are ruled?
Not even where you are, where you're located.
It was to the southwest. What was once desert is now swamp. And the cliffs rise so high that we can't get to it anymore. We were outside the realm when the Dark World fell. We're looking for a way back in.
I got a letter from somebody not too long ago whose name was Naboru. Would you happen to know who that is?
Who's alive? She's the
maybe.
only sage the Gerudo people have had in the last few centuries.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a very good thing, I hope. I hope.
Well, I just so happen to have torn the letter in half out of spite because the Gerudo are the ones who cast me out, according to Ganondorf.
According to Ganondorf.
Well, he's already dead at the time. He was kind of a ghost, so I don't really see why he would lie. He's already dead.
The problem with Ganondorf is he has plans within plans within plans. Layers and layers of scheming. We had hoped he would be a just ruler. But, well, no use crying over spilled milk, right?
Speaking of leader, the reason why I tore the letter is because Naboru was telling me, if I remember correctly, the letter was saying basically to say he should be the one to rule the Gerudo or something like that, right? It's been a while, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, something like that. Something to that effect.
Of that then.
Yeah.
To
Is it
Danny.
in like Tavern Keeper?
It is.
The letter, oh, is it the English part?
I think so. I thought I put the translation in there. I could be wrong.
I can go check. Would you like me to go check, Zeke?
You don't have to ask. You can look if you want.
And you just go check.
She's gonna look at you. And I'm assuming that you're telling her this.
Yes, the contents of the letter.
How does she expect you to lead the people that you don't even know?
Exactly, that was my thought. People who supposedly abandoned me, and she wants me to come back? For what? I don't know you. And you called me a creep.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you were acting creepy. I told you to leave me alone. You wouldn't leave me alone. What else is a girl supposed to think?
Not bad considering you have enough force to throw me back, and I have golden gauntlets and the Triforce of Power. I'm pretty sure you can defend yourself.
No, the translation is not in Tavern Keeper.
Okay, my bad then. At this
I thought
point,
you were about to say, no,
would-
that's not how you talk to a woman.
would you like to establish the social bond with Tenazel?
Yes, I would.
Alrighty. And her 1-star item is a bottle. She's gonna toss it at you. We'll meet again when I know more. If you say Nabaru's alive, I need to find her.
Well, I don't know who she is, let alone if she's. It was quite a while ago when I got the letter, so she was alive at that time, I would assume. But I don't know anymore. It's been a little bit.
Well, we need to find out for certain. I could have sworn that she was still within the, what would you call it, a village?
Town.
Town, there you go, yeah. I could have sworn she was still in town when the Dark World fell, but she may have left after us.
Well, good. I do hope we meet again because I still have questions, especially
will.
for her, apparently.
We will. Until then, and her retinue move south. And, rather long downtime there. Are we all reconvening at the Forge House?
E.
Yeah, I mean, you threw a Gerudo at me.
I did, of course.
You know I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
hop on
that's
that.
totally fine. I like you know me. I like to showcase a personal story.
That's why I followed so much too, because it was like,
Totally fine. You do.
I am not gonna let you throw this in my face and then just have it
Oh,
walk
of course
right
not.
off.
No, I fully expected you, but obviously, she doesn't know who the fuck you are. So, all right, and that will be the end of our downtime.
You.
The question is, are you setting out on an adventure, or are you beginning another downtime?
Well, do we have a destination?
That was literally my thoughts right there.
'Cause we kind of
We
Kind of
do have some
good.
backtracking to do because there's a bunch of rocks that I can lift up now that
that's
that have been
true.
blocking ways.
I will let you know that I completely forgot about that. So, if there are any new houses or caves to access, I haven't made them yet. I'm
the
gonna
one
be
that
busy this next week.
Even the one that I turned around from when we were out with Tora and Asplin.
Yes,
He
I have not
slept
made that
since
one yet.
then.
Oh, because you
Oh,
kind of
and,
directly led us to that one.
Should. Hmm.
You done?
Look at this.
If your question
am-
is, should we go after your brother? He's in the light world.
No.
We can't.
I wasn't actually going to. Please stop assuming.
oh,
if
zoom,
you
zoom,
guys want-
zooming.
Yeah. If you guys want to do another downtime, I can try and communicate with one of the I forgot, not the dragons, but the below them.
Guardian
the
spirits.
Regional spirits, yeah.
Ooh.
And do that to research our next path. If
I can do
everybody's fine.
this now.
Well, what was barring Tora from accessing her goal and going after Zant?
There was a
Force
door in the
Ghosts.
way that had a Triforce inscribed on it.
We do also have a Triforce of Courage to collect.
Yes.
Do we take Saria and navigate the Lost Woods again?
You've pulled the
might be a
Master
good idea,
Sword.
yeah.
It's not Misty anymore.
Oh, right.
And we have a stone buster.
We can just go through it. And
That you do.
This time, don't fucking take the map away from us, bitch. Like you did last time. I'll take a screenshot this time, motherfucker.
I guess that's the consensus?
Yeah, might as well.
If it's a straightforward goal, then yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
And we
off
give it to
off to
Zayla.
the Lost Woods then, or
With
What do,
Saria.
what do I feel like the Stonebuster's not going to be necessary because it's the Master Sword?
Well, we don't know, and it's good to be prepared, so I need to
Yeah.
remember who has the stone buster.
Oh no, it's good to be prepared. I wonder.
Yes, I have the stone buster.
Oh, by the way, I'm using the last magic powder I have to upgrade this ruby.
okay.
Good shit. That's 2 spiritual stones at level 2.
Yeah, yeah, and one at level 3 because
guessing-
Nataru has Ferrari's
Is
the
it level 3?
isn't it, or is it only level
No,
2?
it's level 2. I think it's only level 2.
Okay, maybe that one still needs to be upgraded then. Yeah, 3 spiritual stones at level 2.
Wait,
we
when
still don't have
hang on,
Zora's
when the hell did we
Sapphire.
upgrade that one?
I thought you used your magic powder on it when you had it, before you
Zeke
gave it to her.
originally,
or was it Zeke?
I
Zeke
never
originally
had
upgraded it.
Yeah, I know it's been
I
upgraded
never
at least
had
once.
it. Yeah, I never had it. I had Zelda's arm.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fuck it, Lost Woods. Let's go get that Triforce. Let's confirm ourselves that.
all right. Well, if you're
anybody
trying to
interrupts
take,
us,
if you're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
eat
take,
them.
yeah, go ahead.
If anybody tries to interrupt us when we get to the fucking Triforce piece, I'm gonna eat them.
I have a suggestion.
What you suggest?
When we get there, can one of us like hide? So if Cassius does appear, we can ambush.
I was actually kind of thinking that.
I'm gonna eat them.
I'm gonna eat them.
Well, would it be so bad to have like, I don't know, Asplin defend so Cassius can't see him?
Defense
Does
I
he-
can see seen, I just can't be hit. Also, I'm
Yeah.
not a factotum anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
This is
true.
true. he's a different calling that might actually be able to hide better.
If anything comes, we'll deal with it then.
Yeah, we'll deal with
I
it
know.
then.
I'm just trying to prepare.
I have
No preparation. All chaos all the time. Let's go. Change the map.
Alrighty, we are
Change the map.
headed out then.
And Saria's coming with.
If you
No,
want
we
to
don't
take
need her
Saria with
anymore.
you,
We don't need her
We
because we have
don't?
the Master Sword. It's not foggy.
Did Vic account for that? Oh my god.
He stated that we don't need directions anymore because we have the Master Sword.
Okay, I must have spaced that.
I should have just let you discover it on your own.
Wait.
Luckily, we have me, and I'm not gonna let anybody fucking miss that shit.
Thank you, Nags.
All right.
Everybody say thank you to Nags.
Thank you, next.
Don't fucking patronize me. Go back to worrying about your brother.
Fuck you.
Don't do that! Don't.
All right.
Yeah.
It's in here.
I know. Hold on.
We gotta get through the trees.
Oh, right, we gotta go that way. Shit.
I was pointing here, but it was literally any one of these three if we had access to all of them.
Yeah.
And you're right here.
I
Bottom right.
hate-
Bottom right, bottom right.
So the sort of dappled sunlight is filtering down through the. There we go. We swapped the music because we're in the light world. All right. The sunlight is sort of filtering down through the trees. You hear the sounds of the woodland creatures. Something like that.
We just do this. We just fucking.
Okay.
Zoop, 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 zoop.
We fucking straight shot at motherfuckers.
I almost lost my
All the way to that crystal.
I'm gonna go corner by corner though, in case Vic has something. Okay, he has nothing. Never mind.
Yeah,
I see a hole in the ground.
you do see a hole in the ground.
You're a hole in the ground.
God damn it.
Huh? Where's?
All right, so you see this crystal jutting sideways, half buried in soil. You see the edge of the plinth kind of sticking up, but most of it is buried.
Can Zeke use his supernatural might to just the sides of it and lift it up out of the dirt?
Roll me a might check. Because you
Yeah,
have
he does-
because you have supernatural might, you get an edge on might checks and contests.
While he does that, I'm gonna eat that MP drop I got earlier.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a
forget.
19 and a 9, but since my might is 20,
Yeah. You succeed. You're able to get your fingers underneath, dig down with the other one, and you pull the entire thing.
like the stone pillar outside Ganon's castle. in Ocarina
Exactly.
of Time.
Precisely what I was thinking of. And upon come on. Where be my I have lost my props. There we go.
It was me.
Oh, pylon.
Yeah.
We must
Let's construct additional pylons.
pylons.
Get out of my head.
Let's construct additional pylons.
All right. You have managed to right the crystal and its plinth.
It bothers me that the crystal is beneath the plinth icon.
Just to clarify, what does the plinth say? I have the Book of Medora.
It does say Master Sword.
Okay, I'm a little gesture at him.
Well, not yet.
I
What we should do is have Adam engulf the area in twilight.
Zayla.
Zayla.
I mean Zayla, to ensure that nobody interferes, or if they try to, it'll at least be harder.
Oh, move, damn you! I'm pushing you. Move. Slash me pushes.
Question. Would the twilight affect us?
Yep.
Every creature but Zayla.
Yep, that's why it's a bad idea.
But if Zayla can see the Triforce of Courage, she can just take it. Anybody else would
we
have
also
to. Also have to what?
Fair point.
Wouldn't Zayla also have to? No, Zayla would not have to slot in the Master Sword, but it would probably be a good idea for her to do so. Under the darkness of twilight.
Okay, we have Adam position the sword above the hole. Zayla does twilight, and then Adam just lets it go.
I walk up to the plinth and I go like, the key to knowledge, as I insert the sword into the plinth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If we lose this Triforce piece, Zeke is going to chop your head off.
As you slot it in, you have a split second for anybody else to respond before this goes off.
Go, Zayla.
I'm going to pop a bubble.
All right, you're using the Twilight Shroud.
My Twilight Shroud or my fortress? What you call it?
Oh, you want to
Well-
use Momentary Fortress?
Well, which would be more useful?
We were
because,
planning for
first
the
of all, I don't have
shroud.
MP.
That's actually an interesting question. Hold on. That's an interesting question.
Hang on. Necro just specified
Well,
something. Zayla
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't-
have MP.
Exactly.
She does because of the stone. The stone gives you
Oh, does
MP.
she
Yes.
give you
Yeah.
MP?
Right.
Yeah, if it's upgraded to level
Oh.
2, then you have 7 MP, I believe.
I gotcha. All right.
Momentary
that's how it works
Fortress
for
would
me.
actually work too, though.
Right, because you're essentially just. I mean, you'll have to roll a check if anything's incoming, but
Right, but it would at least stop whatever it was, at least once.
Yeah. Because we don't know what Cassius has up his sleeve. He could find a way to get through the
Exactly.
darkness, but this
Could-
this ability is different.
So my question is this:
Mhm.
Could Zayla pop both?
in a split second, probably not, because
No,
Adam has
one after
slotted the
other.
sword in. The crystal is shattering
He said
now.
we have a split second to react. We
Mhm.
can,
I know,
we can
but
do
like
one thing.
one after the other in 2 separate seconds. Like Momentary Fortress first,
Well,
and then
There's not enough time for both.
it's
There's
one
not-
or the other.
One
Yep.
choice.
Well,
Yep.
let's
Well,
let
let's let
Necro decide then.
let's let the character that's controlling Zayla decide what Zayla does.
Let me read this real quick. Battlefield area you're in becomes permanently obscured for all creatures except you. I don't trust that because Zant probably has some bullshit ability that says it doesn't matter what darkness is, you can see in it. So
Are you opting for
Um,
Momentary Fortress then?
that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm going to erect a bubble of calamity around us.
Fortress
Okay.
is only visible when struck or resisting a harmful effect, which means if Cassius or somebody tries to get in,
Absolutely.
they won't know until they
Done.
hit the bubble.
yeah, true.
It's
And
like
then
one
they
of those
reveal
cat videos where
themselves.
it's sliding on the linoleum and crashes into the oven.
Alrighty. So the
And I'm
momentary.
gonna try and stand guard and try and be hyper aware of the surroundings.
Okay.
Nataru's gonna do the same over like here, kind of hiding under the tree and doing this.
Alrighty.
What's the thing Asplin can do that might make him hide better than a Factotum would?
You know the fact that I'm a sneak.
I don't know what sneaks do. I haven't.
It's a rogue.
I was trying
What
not
do
to.
you
I was.
think,
I was
dude?
trying not to give it away, but yeah, no.
Well,
I'm
I-
a rogue
I think
now.
it's been said before that he's a sneak, but it wasn't
That's
really
not-
lingered on.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I'm rogue. I am rogue, dude. Hello, it me.
All
You
right.
hide in the tree and have your rifle, your gun ready to go.
All right.
Ready of
Zayla
reaction.
pops the momentary fortress as the crystal shatters. There are 3 distinct shards that fall to the ground, and the Triforce of Courage floats there above the plinth.
Adam sort of like after like putting the sword into the plinth. I I sort of like first reach my hand out and then I look to Zayla because she's close by.
I mean, I thought we discussed this beforehand, so why are
Yes.
we doing
And
Yeah, the
like
characters can do their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I go like,
well, the problem
my
is you're
my
currently
no,
at-
my finger my to Adam's fingers are trembling, and then I sort of clench, and then I back off.
I was gonna say, let him finish before you start drawing conclusions.
Okay. Just felt like you were trying to force me to like RP her differently than what she actually would do. So, anyway, Zell's gonna approach the plinth. Does the Triforce react in any way?
It begins to glow.
She'll reach out, and you can clearly see there's a moment of hesitation.
And I need Zayla to roll me an insight check.
Oh boy.
Ah. Got this, Necro.
Come on, Orange, don't fail me tonight. That is a 17.
Well, Cassios rolled a nat 20. So there is a massive
like to-
explosion as something with the force of your supercharged Eldritch Explosion hits your barrier and makes it shimmer into existence.
Now, Zayla.
I'm snatching it.
And as she does, I also I take the sword out of its slot.
You can't, it's fused to
Well,
the
you
plinth.
got a stone buster.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And
Nataru. Yeah, never mind. Nataru's
so-
gonna keep her Stonebuster for now, so Cassios can't like.
the Triforce of Courage fuses with your hand, Zayla. And there you go.
Thank God I put up that bubble.
And at the edge of the clearing, as soon as I find his fucking token. I do this all the time. I keep losing his token.
I wish you could like adjust how many rows you have in the menu.
Yeah.
There he is.
And
So he fired. Did he fire like a blast of something? And he wasn't
was-
actually near it.
it was a massive blast, yeah. And it rebounded off of the momentary fortress. And he goes, "Ah, should have known you wouldn't let me do the same thing twice in a row."
Foolish of you to expect someone who might be on par with you, apparently.
You know, that's fair. I need more firepower. Excuse me. And shh, he vanishes in a wink of magic.
Did Zayla just inadvertently intimidate him away?
Yes, it is exactly what you did.
That is hilarious. That is a good point. 5.
That is a fantastic.
Was there any way Nataru could have reacted? No, I guess not. Okay.
We're past it now.
I know, I realized.
Alrighty.
Well, if he
So
did,
Zayla,
I was going to summon that hammer and fire it at him.
you
Yeah, I was
are now
hoping to
the
have a talk with him.
bearer of the Triforce of Courage. You feel a sort of comforting calm wash over you as the Triforce fuses to your hand and glows. Terror and fear are still there, but there's a barrier between you and them. You recognize them, you recognize why they're there. But for the first time, your hands have stopped shaking. And I hand it to you.
For the first time, Zale's actually a little bit taller.
I can barely hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me adjust the mic slightly because I think
I might
it
need
bumps
to.
a little bit. There we go.
Real quick, I got to pee again, but I'll keep my headphones on.
Okay.
But it turns out Zela is a little bit taller than she's seen because once you stop slouching and straighten your shoulders, you gain a few inches. And she just kind of looks at it on the back of her hand. Huh. And she turns to look at the Zeke. Well, we have something in common now.
Yeah, you stand as straight as I do now.
What do we do now?
Nataru is gonna look at the back of her hand and then sigh just inwardly to herself.
Zale's gonna come over and take that hand in the same hand that the Triforce is in now, give it a squeeze. It's coming.
That's not what I'm worried about.
What's wrong then?
She pauses. Go back to the Forge House and I'll explain. I'd like to talk with Princess Zelda about what I learned from Ren.
Okay. All right. Back to the Forge
I'm
House?
curious, though.
Hmm.
Would... And this is a question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
So since Nataru is back to her battle princess, she kind of knows where Zarin is, but would she still would she feel a resonance with her brother at all? I'm curious about this. I am ever so curious.
I think the bond that you had was because of Zaren's calling. Saren, right?
Yes,
I don't remember.
That was an ability
Yeah,
that Zaren had. So
Yeah, and
that's.
actually, I'm not sure if it goes both ways. I think it might only be from Zara.
I'm willing to roleplay it that way.
Okay.
I'm willing to do that. It doesn't really affect
That
anything
it
mechanically.
does go both ways?
Yeah,
Cool.
why not? So you have a vague sort of itch, really.
About Zarin and my brother.
Zaren, not Cassius.
I remember she was somewhere to the northeast.
I believe so.
Probably.
Yeah, it seems to be more east of your current position.
I'll note that down. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all in agreement that we should go back to the Forge House? Or does somebody want to do something?
we've done all we could here.
Do you want to use the Stone Buster and get the Master Sword back
true.
up?
Zayla, I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Nataru's gonna hand the Stone Buster to Adam.
And
That's a
Adam's going to
terrifying
take.
thought.
Adam's going to take this. Well, look at the Stone Buster. Then look at the Master Sword. Then back at the Stone Buster and say. Well, actually, he's going to then take his hand and then curl Nataru's fingers back, covering the Stone Buster.
Natar was going to blink. Like, excusez-moi?
Just because the rules don't apply to me does not mean I am deserving of them.
Oh, that's right. Zaren can use the Master Sword now too.
Would you
As
rather
I look to
Zaren have it?
Zayla, as I
Zayla.
look to Zayla.
Yeah.
Did I say Zaren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, why did you make up their names sound so similar?
Almost like they're sisters.
Like,
Screw you!
As I look to Zayla and say, you and Zeke both hold a responsibility like no other now. You have to be equipped to hold it.
I mean, if that's what you all want.
As I look at Zayla and say, this is not a debate. The Master Sword is now yours to hold.
Natar is gonna kind of nod in agreement with Adam, turn and give the Stonebuster to Zayla. But before Zayla can fully take it from her, she's gonna say, "I'm proud of you." You know, I think we all are.
And Zayla starts to tear up slightly, but she blinks them away. She clutches the stone, steps toward the plinth, and smashes it.
And the stone dissolves, freeing the Master Sword.
I'm gonna pick it up.
As you draw it, the Triforce of Courage flares and the scabbard forms around the blade as it adjusts to your stature so that you can wield it. And here you go.
Oh my god.
Piccolo!
I
Right?
honestly never
You know the
expected
exact
me
version
to
of
be the
tune.
holder of the Master Sword, let alone
You
this
got it.
Triforce of Courage. So that happened.
Mm. God, you
It
guys
doesn't
are getting
belong to me. It just...
Well, let's see.
Adam's going to then walk off and then I guess sort of lean against the tree, and then I say, all of you go on ahead. I will catch up.
What are you planning
So-
on doing, Adam?
I look at her and then I go
Sorry.
without lack of a better term, I will keep that to myself.
Zill's gonna step down from the platform and go over to Adam. I'm sorry if I've been.
He looks at Adam. He looks at Zayla and just says, and puts a hand on her shoulder. Go.
She gives you a nod and goes back with the group.
All right, we'll resolve the group actions first before we get back to Adam. What is the group doing?
I think we were heading back to the Forge House.
Any objections?
Nope. Yeah, that's what you guys were originally doing.
Court is adjourned.
All right, free movement.
Free
Resume mode
movement.
again.
Aspen's staying behind.
Alrighty, and you are able to
Aspen's-
exit the forest.
Yep. Bye, guys. Aspen is not walking away from this.
I'm gonna take a peek into this hole, see if I see anything but darkness.
You and your
Peek in
holes,
the
man.
hole. As a like eats your head.
Fucking
So as you stick your head down into the hole, that's not
what
I
do you
wanted.
Zeke inside the hole?
I do have the Ring of Fortune now.
What do you have
Let
the
me-
ring of power?
Give me a second. Let me check and make sure I remember what that does.
Reacts to treasure.
There is a pulse coming from the west, but not from down in the hole. From as you stick your head in the hole, you hear this.
Damn it!
Nope.
Yeah, please do it. You
What
all
if it's
split
the
off
creepy
from him.
skull?
You don't get to react.
But like, what if it's the creepy skull kid I saw those eons ago
They're
in
right
one
there.
of the sessions?
Zeke, you're free to
Um,
move.
It's just Zeke in his hole.
Stop.
Damn it.
Actually, I may have something for this.
Okay.
A Molotov cocktail.
Would a bright element gem emit any light?
It do
Let-
have bright in the name.
Well, let me look at it and see what its additive properties are. Because
I mean, you also have the sword, one of the six sages swords. Don't those naturally glow?
not
Yes.
that much. Not as much as the Master Sword would in the presence of evil, you know.
That's fair.
Give me a second. I need
I
under.
think, it's Frodo's sword. Actually, can I use my mirror shield to reflect sunlight into it?
The sunlight is dappled at best, but you could get a little bit of light down there, I would say. Additives. Let me look
It's
at
the
element gem.
equivalent of the sunlight bouncing off somebody's phone screen onto a wall.
I also
That
have a
keeps
fire
the light.
sword.
Bite.
This is
I'm
true.
so
You do
dumb.
have a fire sword. That or the mirror shield thing would probably help the most. Or you could chuck your lantern down there.
Use
but then I
fire
wouldn't have
sword
my
as a
lantern.
torch.
That's correct.
I'm
Please fall
gonna
into the hole.
hold my sword with my supernatural might as tight as I can around the handle
Okay.
and
Okay.
stick it in the hole to see if I see anything.
Can't wait to see Zeke get pulled to Termina.
Mhm.
Don't tempt me.
Please
I'll
do
do it. I'll fucking do
What
it.
if that is
Fucking
the
do
visual
it.
determinant?
so-
I crawled in a hole and look where it got me.
Well, yeah, you
Give
did.
me
You crawled,
this
in, you
terrible
crawled
fate.
into a tower.
Where is
It
this?
was a hole
fucking-
nonetheless.
It was all
It was a sideways hole.
No, that's not a hole.
Wait,
God.
you said the ring was reacting to something to the west?
Yeah, to the west.
There's nothing over there except for like this.
That you know
Yeah,
of,
what
we
if it's-
haven't really gone in there.
Oh, wait.
You
wait,
see
wait,
the-
Zeke?
Sorry, southwest. Southwest.
Oh.
Oh, it's this way. It's one of these two.
okay,
Y'all.
that makes more sense.
Here, I'll make it bigger for you.
Oh, that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's okay. It blends in. Wow. Okay. Apparently, I didn't make a token for him. All right. You see the face of the Skull Kid
Oh boy.
Like the
staring up
same
at you
one?
from the hole.
The one with Majora's Mask?
It's the same one that you saw in the Lost Woods.
Zeke's just gonna go, oh, sorry, and just pull the sword out and back away. Didn't know anybody was in here.
His head slowly rises up out of the hole.
No, it's okay. You can stay.
Hang on. Skull Kid, or Puppet Skull Kid?
Oh,
Still
I've
kid.
already backed away, by
Yeah.
the way.
Okay.
He's
Well,
just
not by a lot, but,
slowly
like-
reaching towards you. He's still like way out of range.
Yeah.
And his
Why?
hand grabs the bush, and his other hand comes out and
Can you
Oh, boy.
grabs
stop?
the bush.
Run.
Is he smiling?
He is.
They always
Oh,
smile.
Mm. We're headed.
Well, ones in Twilight Princess do,
Um,
but not the ones from
I
Majora's
don't know.
Mask.
What's? Okay, that's a dead
To
end.
be fair, the ones in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time are wearing masks.
They are?
That beak is a mask.
I'm gonna run away, and down here to the chest.
And I am dummy, so I don't actually have a token for him. All right, so you have
Make it like one of
chosen.
those gears.
As you
Cassius,
open
what
the
do you right
chest,
here?
a glob of shining liquid rises up and floats in midair. Do you happen to have an empty bottle?
I do. I just got one.
There we go.
You got
I'm gonna
grandma soup.
Catch it in the bottle like a firefly. Another one. That's my second flash
Oh,
fairy
you got
potion.
Bro,
No,
no,
this
you
is a
got an
plus
upgrade
potion.
Flash fairy potion.
Oh,
All ailments. Start
oh shit.
You've also now
Whoa.
gained the recipe for it.
It's almost like magic powder does a lot of shit, huh?
I do have a book of recipes for magic powder, but I don't know how to be like I don't want to ask for every single item and be like, does this do anything with magic powder? Does this do anything with magic powder?
That's the whole point of it. Just
Well,
experiment.
that's why I made magic powder craftable, so you could experiment with it.
Yeah.
If you lose it, you can make more.
Take it from Asplin. Engage in science.
Is the
Science.
skull kid still being creepy?
He is standing at the end of the log with his head turned sideways.
I'm gonna
Can you
nope
put
the
this
fuck
in-
out and supernatural leaping over this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Friend,
fuck it.
Are you
There's a
meeting
friend.
everybody at the forge house?
Yes.
Alrighty.
He's meeting those two at the forge house. Like I
Oh.
said, Asplin's staying behind.
Oh, Asplin's staying behind. Okay. So that's right. I forgot.
Asplin is not taking his gaze away from Adam.
Okay.
They
So
spend too much time together.
the rest of you will make it to the forge house. We're gonna go to
Forrest?
Forest house. Yes, the forest house. I cannot.
Well, horse house.
Das Foss house. That's not what
All
I
I
want.
heard was Du Hast.
The Du Hast house.
Jesus Christ, guys!
Du Hast. Du Hast house.
Oh no! Oh no!
Adam, you and Asplin are standing alone in the clearing.
I don't notice Asplin.
Okay.
I am too
Hang
focused.
on, before you continue the scene, Dragon, could you please deselect the pedestal? Thank you.
I'm going, Asplin, you see Adam like sort of leaning against the tree as he would like when he was like recalling a memory. But this time he clenches his fist and starts to first tap the tree, like tap, tap. It grows like stronger with each one. Tap, thunk, thunk, thunk. And then he starts to like hit the trunk with all his might out of frustration, essentially. And then, essentially as loud as he could, he just goes, "Ah!" As he just slumps to the ground. Why? I am running around in circles, getting nowhere near answers. And then he sort of opens up his chest and then takes out the goddess statue that's inside of him, that's cracked. I have a feeling you could not speak because you were sharing a body. You did not have the ability to speak because I wasn't allowing you. Will I give you a voice now? As I try and crush the goddess statue and try and like break it completely.
All right. And as you do this, it shatters. And as the pieces fall away, you see it almost looks like a jewel. And it is in the shape of the yang portion of a yin yang. And the gem
Son of a
flashes. And as the gem flashes, the world goes black.
Glad I stuck around.
Asplin, you see Adam wink out of existence.
Nope, okay. Wait.
Ah,
Adam,
Yes.
Ah. you float in a void. Thank you. It's not cold, but not warm. It's not empty, but there's a sense of familiarity. That is somehow trapped in the darkness. You get the sense that it's not necessarily darkness for darkness's sake, as opposed to light. It's more darkness from the absence of anything else. And as you float in this darkness, what do you do?
I try to essentially close my eye and almost as if I am surrendering all I am to it. Whatever's out there, whatever's listening, it has the permission, it has the ability, and it has the potential to communicate with me now.
And as you expand your senses, it's almost as if you catch a sort of twinkling sound. And as you hear that, your right ear twitches. Wait, ears?
Wait, oh boy.
Oh man.
I take a look at my hands, or like self.
Mm-hmm.
What do I
And
see?
you, instead of the hands that you're used to, they're long, slender, dark.
I don't speak. I think. And say, like, I guess, like, in my head, I just say, you have my permission. Talk.
There is a growing light behind you.
I guess I look back. Actually, no, wait. I wait for my body to respond. As in, not conscious, but instinct.
Your right hand drifts up and sort of scratches at your chin. The gesture feels familiar. It's something you've done 1,000,000 times. And you have the urge to look.
I go along with it.
And as you turn, there is a shape in the light. It's tall, it's slender, much like yourself, and it reaches out to cup your cheek. And the mouth moves, but nothing comes out.
I then look at myself, and then I look back at it, and I want to grab, like reach toward my neck, and I guess like part myself, and grab the equivalent of what enables me to speak, and hand it to him. And then again, I think,
Your fingers meet flesh. Organic.
oh boy. Let's see.
The way that you perceive the world is different. It's somehow more familiar than your construct body. It's like an old habit you've rediscovered, this body. It takes a little getting used to, but the sense of familiarity is overwhelming. This is what feels right.
Okay. I look at this form that's in front of me, and trying to speak, I say, Who are we? You can speak now, because I know what you are.
The entirety of the light surges upwards and coalesces in one spot, the being's throat. And as the light leaves the rest of the body, it reveals the form, and she only says, Adim. And everything goes black again. And with that, Asplin,
Yeah.
you watch as Adam appears again, not against the ground where he was, but hanging from the branches of the tree. Adam, your eyes open. Your joints clank and creak as you...
Yeah, that's. I take the yin yang symbol that kind of came from the goddess of the statue, and then I open up and try and reveal my mechanoid core. As I take it,
I don't want to get ghosted again.
and then I try and look deep into it and see if it has like a shape that I'm unaware of.
There seems to be a sort of hollow in the core as you're examining it. One that seems to fit the shape of this stone, whatever it is.
Insert it very delicately.
There is a flare of light as the core closes. And it's the glow, instead of the blue-green that you're used to, is now more yellowish, off-white, golden, you might say.
And Asplin, as Adam sort of slumps onto the tree trunk doing this, you hear him say one word. Adim. As I sort of collapse and then just... I conk. That probably took a lot out, so...
And as
I'm
you do
out.
that,
Okay.
your sphere of influence expands uncontrollably, and Asplin, you're caught in this.
Oh boy. Help.
When the both of you open your eyes, you're on an island.
Oh boy.
But it's not any island you recognize, Asplin. The wind is cool, but powerful. You see clouds below you. Hundreds of other islands dotting the horizon, every which way you look.
I look at Asplin. Do I know? I'm guessing I notice him there.
Mm-hmm.
Or-
Yeah, you're both standing side by side.
Is Asplin looking at me?
He's just kind of in awe.
I look towards the clouds below, and then I look up at him, and I go like, "That can only be." He's trying to like see if he's on the same wavelength as Asplin.
Speaking of wavelengths, Asplin, the voice that you're hearing is not the voice that you're used to.
Oh God, never mind.
This
I guess
is
that's
not.
gonna be okay.
You look up and you see an organic figure. Tall, straight-backed, cultured. His voice is smooth, kind. The two of you are standing in front of a multitude of what look to be gravestones made out of the same material that the atom you know is made out of. The same markings, the same energy, the same sort of gray and green. These are symbols you've never seen before. These are symbols that don't exist in your Book of Medora.
I look at myself and then I look back at Aspen and say, I know the name, but I don't know the story.
Asplin, you notice that this figure is adorned with... You've seen the pieces of Zonai scrap before. This is like that, but it's much more refined. It's arrayed in a purposeful way. The left arm is covered almost completely in a sort of gauntlet that seems to have energy and maybe a couple of wires attached. You recognize a fellow man of science when you see one.
Yes, I fucking do.
Around
And I'm
you,
going to- Sorry, go ahead.
around you lay what you can only describe as broken constructs. Multitudes of different body configurations, some large, some small, all laying in pieces as the energy that joins their joints no longer exists, with heads of all shapes and sizes. A couple of which look eerily similar to the construct body that you're used to seeing from Adam.
I go over to the graves and I kneel toward two of them.
Mhm.
The 5-letter word and the, I believe, the
6-letter word.
6-letter word. And I say, again with a very halting or breaking voice almost, Minoru. And then I look over to the other grave. Raru.
And with that, you snap back into existence. You are in the clearing. Asplin, you're standing exactly where you were. And Adam is kneeling in the exact same position as this being that you saw.
I'll have my hands in the same position as like holding the grave.
Asplin is just wildly gesturing at Adam and then the spot and Adam and the spot, and they just go, what?
I love that Asplin is the only person that ever gets to see it, so everybody else thinks he's crazy.
As I
Explain.
as I sort of like am standing there kneeling, I turn, and there's one single like, it's made out of like clear liquid water that's a tear that's coming from the eye, and he was looking at Asplin and says, "Help me."
Oh, fucking. Oh. You don't get no transition, bitch. You
And-
shut your whore mouth. You're not ending on this. Where the fuck is that skull kid, first of all? Because I know he didn't just disappear into the ether.
I am
Aspen doesn't even know
screaming.
he's around though.
That's what I'm concerned about. That's why I bring it up. No, I suppose just nope. Run it over. Doesn't know how to help, but he's gonna do his damnedest.
And
Just
I'm
get out
going to,
there,
I
back.
guess, slowly stand up and then I guess walk with Aspen back to the forge house.
I want a Ganon mask just to be safe for the extra height for him to be a little more stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn this man into the Dark Lord.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lead him back, and also I'm just gonna subtly, while he's not looking, slip him the grim edge.
Imagine that being Asplin's like fear reflex. He just poops into little Asplin Ganon.
Yeah, we're just gonna,
Get Asplin.
Like
we're
a
gonna
pufferfish.
arm Adam with the legendary, and
You don't have to do that. You can the grim
I
edge.
don't give a shit. We're gonna share it, bitch. Sharing is caring, and I care.
Alright, so I am over here.
All right. You're able to re-enter the house.
I guess according to everyone that's like in the Forge House, that wasn't there. Adam, for lack of a better term, is like walking less straightforward and stoic, than usual.
Looks a
He's
little
just-
haggard.
She's just gonna walk over to Pura.
It's exactly who I was gonna have approach you too. You've been hanging around Nags too long. Pura
Sit
turns
there.
to you and kind of does a double take.
And he's still looking down, like toward her feet.
Something's off.
What'd you do?
She stares for a couple of moments and then kind of puts her finger underneath your chin and kind of lifts your gaze to hers. You
as-
okay?
As she does that, I open my chest without breaking eye contact.
And inside are 2 additional pieces of Zonai scrap that you did not have before. 4 Minoru's 1-star reward.
Yeah. Oh, but okay. Okay.
Took him a second.
No, I didn't realize that interaction was going to be like a okay.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I open it up and then I just look at Pura, with the same way as I looked at Asplin, and I just say, "Am I broken?"
Why don't you tell me what happened first?
I learned who I was.
And who were you?
And again, like he's just quivering and just says, "The last one."
Come back.
And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Oh, we actually ended it early.
There you go. There you
I
go.
had
There's
so
why.
much to say.
There's why I wasn't letting you end it in the forest.
Let me write myself a note of something I'd like to do next session.
Okay.
Don't
I'm
lose
also
it all.
gonna do that.
That's what we got the dashboard maker for.
Oh, I
No,
guess
I-
I guess I can delete this entire speech that I wrote.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't know you had something prepared there.
No. The one that Zeke had towards Hoyle.
I thought you gave that during the trial.
I did, so I'm taking it out of my notes because.
Oh, you said that as if oh, I guess I got to delete this, like you weren't able to use it.
No, I'm because I'm going back to my notes to write down.
Okay.
He has to delete it to replace it with notes for what to say next session.
Yeah.
So.
Or start that ending music.
Yep, I'm already on it. I got it.
We don't do the cool down period until that music starts.
All right. Yeah,
God.
well done, everybody. Good God, the RP in this session was just.
Lot of hang on,
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
that's,
splitting up this session, and that, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, is how you split the party correctly.
And I think everybody handled it just fine.
Yeah.
We had
Well,
we
that's
had
the point.
like
That's the point.
yeah.
You viewers at home, you see how that shit went. That's how you do it. You
Congrats.
just
A
split the party and
masterclass.
have shit go wrong. You split the party and shit like this happens.
Yeah.
Congrats to
math
you,
class
Vic, for
from
literally
Eggs.
just, I guess, improving like 75% of that.
Everything
Like,
after the
entire
trial,
session.
everything after the trial was improv.
75% of that session was improv.
Everything after the trial was improv.
Everything, every single thing.
Wow. You see, you improv a lot better than I do.
Yeah, blame. Okay, it's because
I
I've had
forced him
Nags
to.
as a player for so long, and the rest of you. No, it's not just Nags here. The rest of you are starting to up that ante. I still feel myself stumbling every once in a while, but what I would like to do is I would like if there is an area that you want to explore within the next few sessions, say one of the caves, one of the houses, in DMs, let me know so I can build it ahead of time. That way it will be available.
Makes sense.
Would you like me to let you know what I had planned for after that?
Yeah, you can DM me
Okay.
if you don't want to reveal it to the party.
I won't at the moment.
Okay, yeah, just and DMs is
knew
best
it
too, because that way I'll
should be
remember.
You know what?
What?
What next?
So, I will add the XP real quick as well.
I said I knew it. You're gonna bone Ren while our
God
backs are turned.
No.
Damn it. Alrighty.
You
That
piece of shit.
takes you, I believe, to 114 XP.
Heck yeah.
And you
What?
did find the Triforce of Courage. I can cross that out.
You said 114?
114.
Yes.
Cool.
114. We're on our way to 132.
Oh my god! I just
Becky,
found
look
a
at her
button that
butt.
I just found a button that I didn't know existed.
Oh no.
There is a plus button on abilities, and it generates abilities that you can fill out and everything. I just been keeping them in my notes box.
Oh my
my-
god.
I can make it
Wow.
clean now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
yeah,
I didn't know you
I-
weren't aware of that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
No, you're good.
totally can't relate. Yeah, I knew that all along.
Hey guys.
Yo,
This is what we call a
it's a
necroderm.
bright white button.
Airtight flask number 10.0.
It's a bright white button.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. We're gonna get this uploaded as soon as I can. We'll be back.
Ah.
Happy time zone, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Yay.
It is a slight possibility that I might skip a week because I might need some extra time to plan a bunch of caves and houses and shit. Since now you have access to a lot of stuff.
Forget that.
So,
We still don't have access to the electric barriers. We gotta figure that one out.
yep, we'll get there.